get mine. We're killing time. Killing time, you and I. Hours, minutes, days and nights, trading all of our deadlines for conversations over wine. Killing time, you and I. In this moment we're alive, infatuated with your eyes and the way they look at mine. We're killing time. Oh, killing time.
She my pineapple, yeah. She's sour, she's so sweet. Yeah. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I need another double. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I guess she's all I'm after. My little girl got a sour side, but you know I'm a sucker for some sweetness. Every weekend pulls you in, she knows your weakness. I tell her she's my princess, she just wants to be queen. I call her pineapple-ish, she says, what do you mean? She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I need another double. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I guess she's all I'm after. Yeah, take a slice and look inside. You see the sweet, the nice, the harmless vice, the cold as ice. I need my pineapple consistently. I eat religiously, I need my sweetness instantly. And every time that she's around, she's sweet, I'm signing this, she's sour. Just wait an hour, my little flower. And every time that she's around, she's sweet, I'm signing this, she's sour. Just wait an hour, my little flower. She might be everything I need, but she's so sour, yeah. But she's so sour. If only she was just as sweet, but she's too sour, yeah. Yeah, she's too sour. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I need another double. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I guess she's all I'm after. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I need another double. She got an attitude, I call her pineapple, yeah. She's sweet with sour moods, I guess she's all I'm after.
Did you notice I've been lost, staying up to the break of dawn, hoping that you'll show a little warmth, but you know I feel the coldest when I'm wrapped around your finger. Did you notice that you put me through the wrinkle when you said that you needed solace that I can't offer you? I found a light in all this, something to get me through. Now every day is a challenge, top down, blowing smoke out. It's not good for my balance. It sounds great, but I'm burnt out. 'Cause highs aren't worth it. The drugs aren't working. Did you notice when I passed you yesterday that I was frozen? Thinking, flashing back, I can't live in the moment. My heart's still in the past, but we ain't spoken since you left me broken. When you said that you needed solace that I can't offer you, I found the light in all this, something to get me through. Now every day is a challenge, top down, blowing smoke out. It's not good for my balance. It sounds great when I'm burnt out, 'cause now the drugs aren't working. I've taken all I...
Hello there, hello there, hello there everyone, and welcome to Kristi and Kev's Adult Diaper Hour. I am Kevin Logan, the equivalent intellectually of shitting yourself on the train. And joining me as always, it's the functioning mass transportation system of academia, it's Dr. Kristi Winters.
Your intros just outshine anything I could ever come up with, Kevin. Ever. You take a little bit of inspiration from some bullshit we talk about before the show, and you transform it into opening magic. It's amazing.
Well, thank you very much. Although I imagine, because I mean, I planned on doing like planned intros and like proper things and all the rest of it, and sometimes I still do that, but most of the time it's just an inside joke between me and you, which I really enjoy and I think you really enjoy, but everyone else is just like, what the fuck are you talking about, you lunatic? Well, this is so yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, how are we?
Yeah, hey, I got some good news today.
Go on then.
Right, well, last week when I was out in town, the zipper on my backpack purse broke and my wallet fell out. And I think I related. The only things in there of value were some cash, not very much, and my cash card and a credit card, which I canceled immediately and reordered. But today I got a call from the office saying that some woman had contacted my work. Apparently I left my business card in there. She found my wallet. So tomorrow morning I'm going to walk like 15 minutes over to her house and collect my wallet. She said the cash is gone, but most of the cards are there.
So she stole your cash, basically?
I knew the cash was gone as soon as the wallet was gone. I don't even care about that. But I'm going to bring her a little gift. So yeah, some people in the world are still nice.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. How about you? What's up with you today?
Rory Cat scared the shit out of me.
How was that? What was you doing? What was he doing?
Having a nap, as I do. I closed the door. I didn't think he was in the room, so I closed the door so I'll get a nap. He was clearly in the room and jumped from the windowsill onto the bed and right next to my face, and I shat myself. Metaphorically.
See, that's when you needed adult diapers.
Exactly. I should have taken a hint. Yeah. So that was a bit annoying.
All right.
Yeah.
So the whole adult diapers thing was, we were just discussing about if we had to go to the bathroom, it would just be more convenient if we were wearing diapers and we could then just not have to leave the show. That was the conversation.
True.
Nice meme, by the way.
Thank you. I made that today. I did that.
Nicely
I created this meme. It works. Anyway.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
It completely does.
So, yes, and thank you to, who was it again? The Gaming Archaeologist, who subscribed to me on Twitch for a 3-month streak now. We're a third of the way to a little sub baby. You can also go and follow me or subscribe to me or whatever on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/KFLogan1875. You can also do the Streamlabs at streamlabs.com/KFLogan1875. There's a link there, isn't there? There's a brand, a very confusing, difficult to remember brand, but it's a brand. Anyway, yeah, and you can do that. So,
Cool.
yeah. Well, other than that though, I'm also fine. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear it.
So, everyone's second favourite musical legend is back. Not Danzy, unfortunately. Although Well, she's our favourite. But our second favourite
Yes.
is, of course, Mike Blaze, the lunatic who does...
Cowboy?
No, he does... He's the Canadian who dances around and raps about Donald Trump.
Oh, didn't he get his Twitter account shut down?
He did, but now he's on Clapper, which is fash TikTok.
I mean, I just when I hear Clapper, I think of the clap,
Yeah, basically.
which is
Or possibly James Clapper.
no, mostly the clap.
Mostly the clap. That tells a lot about Kristi's youth, I think.
No, mostly just what I associate with the right wing. They're like
Fair.
an STI.
They are. I mean, can we get cream for MAGA? I don't know. Can you get a lotion to ease the burn or something? I don't know.
Maybe that.
Anyway.
Look into that.
Mike Blaze, fucking lunatic, likes doing kind of in a very Danzy-esque fashion. Although this man can actually kind of rap, I suppose, especially for a white Canadian dude. He's very much the Snow of the 21st century, you might say. He likes doing like Danzy, taking
Not a compliment.
a popular song and reworking the lyrics, but with the same tune underneath, right? So he's taken "I'll Be Missing You," the "I'll Be Watching You" cover by the then Puff Daddy and I believe Mary J. Blige. So this,
I don't think it's Mary J. Blige.
Who
but I
was
can't
it?
remember. Was it his partner at the time? Let's look it up. Unlike some websites or political sources, we fact check ourselves.
featuring 112. Who the fuck is that? Faith
Just scroll down.
Evans. Faith
Yes.
Evans. Fuck's sake.
That's the one. I mean, it was, what was that, 1997?
Oh wow, 97.
Yeah.
I was I turned 10 that year.
I turned older.
Okay. Well, technically, we all turned older. That's how linear time works. Anyway, let's listen to this twat. This is Cope the Rap, as you can see there.
Seems like yesterday you were president, though. The deep state is whack. You dropped the joke. So hard that I still vote for you. Trump's glorious, they got to know that life ain't always what it seemed to be. Words can express what you mean to me. Even though you're gone, I'm still on your team. We are your family, we'll fulfill your dreams. In the future, can't wait to see. It's like you opened up the gates for me. I thank you all the time. This is not the end. They'll attack us now, but we will rise again. Trump, this grief, it is hard to conceal. Can't imagine all the pain you feel. I'll follow you until my final breath. And out of all the presidents, you were the best.
Well, this part's good.
But look at the salute. He salutes.
What a wanker. What a complete wanker. This is just that. That's not a cover, that's just theft.
Yeah, basically. I'm trying to think of a way I can work that bit in to a cringe compilation without it blatantly getting done for copyright theft.
I don't think you can. I don't think that's
I might
possible.
just test it and see. Fuck it. I've never had a copyright strike before. I've had copyright claims, which basically means they can advertise on a video I can't advertise on, but whatever. Anyway, so that's that's that.
That's a thing.
That's a
that
thing.
exists in the world.
Thank God Mike
Now.
Blaze exists in the world. What a poor world it would be without him, eh?
Don't know if I can agree with you.
I love
Police
the
there
fact that he's a
police work
Canadian
there, Bob.
with an American flag and he salutes. But the thing is, that music was presumably dubbed in afterwards, so he was sat in the dark in his car in Canada with an American flag saluting silently, which is the most mental thing.
Yes.
Oh God.
The cult status remains unquestioned.
Oh yeah, no, they're going down with the ship.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Completely.
Anyway, so that's a thing. Anyway,
Wow.
from one right wing arsehole to two right wing arseholes.
Because what could be better?
Yeah.
Oh wait, or worse.
Yeah,
as
two
the case may be.
dipshits for the price of one this time.
Yeah, I didn't like Glenn Greenwald back when it was before.
No,
it
his
was
name's
cool.
Glenn Greenwald, please.
Glenn Greenwald.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like him like for a couple of years now. Way before it was cool to not like him.
Well, yeah. But he's gone from being,
Yeah.
at the very least, a proper journalist at one point. Certainly, I mean, regardless of what you think of the Edward Snowden thing and the leaks and all the rest of it, it was worthwhile journalism. I don't think there's any doubt about that. To
He
being...
accidentally did some journalism.
Yeah, he accidentally did a bit of journalism.
Yes.
Which is
Yes.
fun. Which is more than he does nowadays, anyway. And he goes on with Tucker Carlson and all the rest of it, and basically the left is bad and the right is good.
It's sort of like an early version of the Dave Rubin. I'm on the left, but I criticize the left. Sargon, I'm on the left, but I criticize the left. Bullshit.
Yeah, indeed. Although he has superpowers of wrongness. I don't know if you've noticed.
No.
Because, yeah, he was bitten, as a child, he was bitten by a radioactive pile of donkey cock. So,
Oh, right.
he's wrong about everything, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so, yeah, there's this video. They did a whole thing, and they were talking for like an hour or something, so fuck that. So this is a chopped-down version of it, and I've skipped the first 5 minutes because they were wanking themselves silly over free speech and nothing. Anyway.
Covering for Nazis. That's
Yeah.
what free speech means these days.
Oh, absolutely. So, yeah, so these two bastions of journalistic integrity are now going to just jerk each other off, which is fun.
Now, do they actually use like some lotion or some kind of lube, or is it pretty much like a dry rub?
Jam, surprisingly.
Excellent.
Which, I mean, I'm not sure if that really is healthy, but you know what? I'm not going to kink shame on this. You know. If you want to use jam or marmalade or any kind of preserve, it's entirely your business.
I wanted to, before, so we have so much to talk about, but I wanted to get your thoughts on something, because in recent weeks, the online left has been fixating on me, and half the attention is animated by I would say 90% of it is animated by bad faith actors, but there's something...
You
Wait,
literally blurred out the gun of the Boogaloo boy, you fucking lying prick.
Yeah. You, Jimmy, brought this on yourself. You sought out the negative attention for criticizing AOC. You decided to platform and stand a right-wing member of a Nazi group. Okay, so this criticism has come not because people just decided, you know, like some group decided you were the target. You put your head above the parapet with this whole sign that said, fuck you, everybody on the left on it. And now you're complaining that you're getting shot at when you brought attention to yourself by doing a shitty thing. No sympathy.
Yeah.
Something else going on. The obsession with me, I think, Glenn, shows the directionless the left is in right now. There's no larger political project for people to organize around, and there's no leadership coming from figures like Bernie Sanders or AOC or the Squad.
Oh,
None.
there it goes again.
There's nothing.
This is what I mean about the burnouts. They're even turned against Bernie now.
Yep.
We didn't get exactly what we want exactly when we wanted it, therefore they're all shit. Which doesn't
They've always
work.
been like this? Yeah, like they've gone down the list now of everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's a sellout now because they didn't do exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
But if they had done what I wanted and failed, I would have called them out as ineffectual and shit. So basically, the left can't win. Almost as if these are right-wing shills.
Yeah, I mean, like, welcome to my world 2015, 2016. Like, this is precisely the kind of attitude that has been, you know, like in my feed and my responses. It's just now it's Jimmy Dore doing it up here, you know, in front of a camera. It's the same bullshit.
Thing that they have us focused on to work towards right now, nothing except censoring our political opponents, and there's still lingering resentment against me for my force the vote strategy, not because of the merits of it, but because it exposed progressives in power that they won't challenge the Democratic Party leadership. And the
No, Jimmy, no. Just no. You were asking people to throw away all of their leverage on something that was entirely symbolic. And when people explained to you it was ineffectual, you just didn't refuse to hear it. You like ignored them and insisted that this was going to be a wonderful power move.
Yeah. And it's no surprise that Glenn Greenwald would get involved in this, because his whole thing is, I'm never wrong.
Yeah.
I'm never wrong about anything ever. So
Never.
him and Jimmy are like two, I don't know, not peas, two flecks of shit in a pod.
Two like rabbit turds in a pile.
Yeah.
people who we elected and thought would be an insurgent force just turned into loyal Democrats. It turns out the Justice Democrats are just Democrats. So do you believe that the left will simply...
This man is a marketing genius. Which is why he got 20 people to turn up for his Force the March vote. Yeah. Force the Vote March, even.
That was 15.
Or whatever. It was, you could get them there in a single bus.
Not even dozens.
Yeah.
Not even dozens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I presume they shared a taxi home. I don't know.
Simply turn into the Democratic Party apologists during the entire Biden era?
Yes, I do. So,
what a surprise!
First of all, this obsession with you, I don't mean with your strategy, but with you personally. There's like an entire, I think they're going to create a Pulitzer Prize soon called Pulitzer Prize for Excellence in Commentary on James Dore. It's like an entire fucking industry. Like a third of the left.
That's so funny, Glenn.
Glenn's jaw is really flexible. Like, I had no idea he could take that much in like just one, his first foray out the door. He's like just balls deep in there. Like it's amazing. How can he breathe?
Yeah. It's quite a skill to be able to take the full dick and rim him around the balls as well. That is a skill, Glenn. Well done.
Media talks about you personally, constantly, all the time. It reminds me a lot, in 2010, 2011, 2012, when WikiLeaks pioneered this really groundbreaking model of how secrets of the most powerful entities on the planet can be leaked and published. It found a major vulnerability in actual power. It was incredibly innovating and inspiring and exciting and important. And within a short period of time, all anyone wanted to talk about was that Julian Assange was an asshole, that he had like...
Well, yeah, because he ran away and was stuck in an embassy for like 5 years. What were they supposed to talk about exactly?
Evading a charge of sexual assault.
Yeah. Which, by the way, before anyone starts with that, he had said in court that he would follow the jurisdiction of the British courts. Mm-hmm. So it's not like he was doing the I don't accept the veracity or the power of these courts. Yeah,
legitimacy.
Legitimacy is the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Yeah. So he just went, yeah, I'll do it, honest, and then went to the Ecuadorian embassy and let his cats shit all over it for 5 years.
Yes. Yeah, and like stole their Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, they had to take away the fucking Wi-Fi because he kept like embarrassing them on Twitter.
Yeah, using it to like organize shit. Yeah, and the Ecuadorians are like, we don't want to be associated with your shit. No.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna get us kicked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And if that happens, we can't protect you then, you stupid bastard. You're sawing the branch off the tree that we're all sat on. What the fuck are you doing?
And honestly, given Sweden is not known for a tremendous amount of judicial corruption, I think running from those charges in Sweden was a load of shit. It doesn't make you look innocent when you run away from those charges. If you're, you could face them and provide a defense for yourself. It's not like, not like a kangaroo court in Sweden.
Bilderberg with 20 bits, thank you, says R.I.P. Screech.
Oh, yeah. People in the chat were saying apparently the guy who played Screech may have died, but I didn't see that before we came on air.
Oh, no. I don't really care.
You want to check it?
I don't care, but I mean...
Didn't watch Saved by the Bell,
that's a person I used to watch when I was a kid, and then, but I don't know him. I don't even know his fucking name, so I don't really care. But it's still not cool if it did happen. But then again, it's the internet. He could be alive and well. Who knows?
Yes.
No idea.
Abrasive personality. That, as though like the issue was, do you want to date him? And it just became like, no, that guy's a jerk. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, he is a jerk. Julian's a jerk in like a lot of ways. And like a lot of ways that I can be. You're definitely an asshole. Like, these things are not in dispute, but they're also totally irrelevant, right? They're completely irrelevant. The reason that you're...
Yeah, okay, but Julian Assange is probably a rapist.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Greenwald is one of the most fundamentally dishonest propagandists on the internet, or in journalism, whatever. And Jimmy Dore is a right-wing stalking horse who likes to platform Boogaloo boys and give them, deceptively, because of the blurring, positive airings, so it's not just a personality thing. You are all fucking pricks, that is true,
Yes.
but all three of you are also sort of bad people in different ways. Look, for the things you've done and said.
Glenn got fired from his job because he kept reporting, or he was reporting stuff that they didn't want to, like, they didn't back.
Yeah.
So, and then complained about his free speech. I'm like, no, dude, you didn't do your job. There's a difference.
Yeah. Look, you're all dishonest in your own ways. So it's not about just your dickheads, although let's just again reiterate, you are all
Criticism
dickheads.
is wider than that.
Yeah.
Also, once you get online, everyone's going to fucking criticize you. Deal with it. Stop whining, you little babies. Being a public figure means drawing in public criticism. That is how this shit works. You should know this by now. Very, very wealthy, prominent, dude bros.
Yeah.
Effective is the same reason that they consider you an asshole. Because you raise your voice, you care about things, you want to be heard. You think that somebody could have done what Julian did, which is fuck so hard with the CIA and the military industrial complex and the most powerful corporations on earth if he was just like a nice guy who kind of was just like a retiring personality? No, they're inextricably linked. But this is what I was saying just...
Oh, hold on. This is bullshit. This is some like toxic masculine bullshit, which is, it doesn't matter that I'm an asshole to people because I did a thing that some people liked. And therefore, that justifies me in continuing to be an asshole. No, those two things can be completely separate. One does not justify the other. He could have been a decent human being and done the same things, but he's not. So he doesn't get a pass for being an asshole because he did something you like. That's not how that works.
Well, according to Glenn, it is how it works.
Well, when you're invested in that excuse for yourself, yes, you project it onto other people to legitimize your own continued assholishness behavior.
Yeah.
A minute ago, and that last answer was, if you're on the left and you have two choices. One is to try and think about how to fuck with Wall Street like that Reddit group just did, or to blow holes open in the walls of the NSA or the CIA like Edward Snowden and Julian Assange did, or try and take down the monopoly power of Silicon Valley like a lot of hardworking people are doing who care about those issues, including your good friend Matt Stoller. That's one way you can go. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of risk. It's very difficult to figure out how to do that. Or you can just like devote yourself to like internet gossip and bullshit chatter and like trivial personality disputes. That is super easy. And it's also...
Yeah, you do it all the time.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does on Twitter.
Yeah.
profitable. People love to like hate. You stimulate hatred. Fuck Jimmy Dore. Fuck Jimmy Dore. Look what he said. He put this guy on his show.
Yeah, he put this guy on his show. Not
Yeah.
just fuck Jimmy Dore. Also, doesn't both Glenn and Jimmy constantly go, fuck AOC, fuck
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders?
Yeah.
So the same criticism applies.
Mm-hmm. To those guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely about personalities and gossip and drama. Yeah.
Which is, look, by the way, I don't have a problem with that. That's basically what I'm doing here.
Yeah, don't high road me when
Yeah.
you're down in the gutter, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. We're all in the gutter, and none of us are looking at the stars, but you're pretending to look at the stars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you're not. You're checking out my package. And by the way, check
And
away,
what a
my
package
friend.
it is.
Check away. Look, I can't blame you. It's a beautiful thing.
Why is this horse above me? Oh, hi, Kevin.
Exactly. Yeah. Have you got a Pringles tube in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
What does that have to do with politics? You claim that you're interested in the working class. You claim you're interested in people's lack of healthcare coverage, in people's inability to get jobs, they have to live at home. Their communities are ravaged by joblessness and you're talking about Jimmy fucking Dore and whether or not he's a good guy or whether or not you like him instead of...
No, whether or not he's actively hurting the case
Yes.
for healthcare by being a right-wing prick.
Right. Or if he's giving cover to white people who are racist and fascist because they're white and they agree with him on a few economic issues.
Yeah.
Is he normalizing that kind of hate?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Is he going on, like you do, Glenn, with a white nationalist and, sucking his dick?
of the strategy that he pioneered that caused a huge debate about how to bring. If you're doing that, you are an absolute and complete and total coward and a fraud. You're doing that because you need to fill.
Wait, hold on. Is he doing name calling on the internet and drama and not doing substantive policy discussions and activism right now?
No.
Isn't he?
No, this is good. This is praxis.
Right. This is when he does it. When he yells at people and is a jerk off, then that's praxis. Okay.
Your YouTube shows and your columns and your Twitter feed with content that keeps people interested.
Hang on, whoa. How has he got a YouTube channel and columns and all the rest of it when he's been silenced?
Right. Yes, all of you are silenced when you go running on Fox News.
Yeah, you've all been cancelled to the biggest network news station in the world.
I mean, that's why he's gotten
154,000
views on this, because they're being silenced, Kev.
Silenced.
The most primitive, primal emotions of people that are totally easy to stimulate, but that are completely meaningless to stimulate.
Robot.
That's Glenn Greenwald's robot.
That's
I've got better internet than Glenn Greenwald. It's probably the money I get for being a Democrat shill, I imagine.
Yeah, yes. Exactly.
You know that you have no ability to do real activism, to put real fear into the hearts of actual ruling class elites. And I find it so revealing. It doesn't mean that everyone there critiques
Sorry. I'm sure there are just like thousands of elite who tremble in their boots at the sight of Glenn Greenwald's name. Actually, nobody trembles in their boots.
Jeff Bezos stays awake at night thinking, Jimmy Dore's pushing for a vote that won't happen. Oh.
Glenn Greenwald's gonna write an article on his own because he can't get a job. Oh
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
False. I just don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about your personality. I don't want to debate that with you. I'm more interested in what you can contribute to these political aims, these political goals, the things that we're all claiming we're about, but they're not about that, Jimmy. They don't have any ability to do it. Now, the other thing about it is that I just want to quickly comment on. You tell me, what is the difference between that left and the Nancy Pelosi-led, Chuck Schumer-led Democratic Party? I want to know what.
There we go. Everyone I don't like is Nancy Pelosi.
Yes. Yep. That's what this is the little corner of the internet they've carved out for themselves.
Yeah.
This is so pathetic.
Guys.
They're going to try to activism police us while smearing everyone they disagree with as Nancy Pelosi lovers or something.
Yeah. Seriously, Chuck Schumer is often hanging out the back of me. Definitely. That is true. Yeah. Guys. Just hating on the Democratic Party, whilst it can be fun, trust me, it can definitely be fun, does not constitute a philosophy.
No.
It also doesn't constitute a personality. So maybe a bit of personal growth might help you.
Yeah, also it does not constitute activism. No. Nor does it actually make progress toward the things you want. Unfortunately, what that does require is work and compromise and usually incrementalism because of the structural ways that policy functions. We don't have elected dictatorships like they do in the UK, where the conservatives can just, as long as they have enough votes, they can do pretty much whatever the fuck they want. That's not how it works here. So, don't hate the player, hate the game. Focus on what you can get done instead of demonizing people for not being your fairy godmother and granting you all your wishes.
True, but it could work that way if you came back into the fold. Just saying.
I'm thinking about it.
1776, the year it all started to go downhill for America. Just saying.
1776.
Yeah.
What the difference is. I don't see any fucking differences. And they know that there's no differences. They spent the last year of their lives marching behind Bernie Sanders, who was in turn marching behind Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And you know what's going to happen in about 2 days?
Oh, unlike these two pricks who I certainly Jimmy Dore and I think Glenn Greenwald both backed Tulsi Gabbard for president.
Right,
so they're both proper leftists. We wouldn't understand because we're both obviously sexual slaves to Nancy Pelosi. But these two motherfuckers are the proper left who like Boogaloo Boys and Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So please tell me, oh great wise ones of the left, how can I be like you?
Yes. Imagine that Bernie Sanders working within the system to get, advance his agenda. And to be honest, I think what Biden has done, Bernie would have been pretty happy with. Maybe he would have tried for more, but it might have gotten more pushback if he would have been overreaching. But yeah, I mean, I think the link between Biden and Sanders is definitely more manifest than any of the sort of other allegations they made against Biden about. I mean, he's talking to Republicans, and I hope he does not work with Republicans, but he is going through all of the blue collar issues, economic issues, identity politics issues, tick, 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 and doing what he can with his executive, order penned.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. And Sanders, now as the chair of the Finance Committee, is able to genuinely steer legislation and indeed the national conversation, because when you say he's the chair of the Finance Committee, he gets on any fucking show talking about a finance bill, right?
Yep.
So he's able to steer the conversation and the legislation in a way that no one that far left has been able to in America for 100 years.
But he's a sellout because he is, getting behind the person who it gives him the power to, well, I guess the Senate was the one that gave him the power to do it, but he needs someone in the White House to sign those bills.
Yeah, and not just that, but you can say, and it's a perfectly reasonable argument if it's something you genuinely believe, that the electoral process and legislation, all of that, are never going to get you where you want to go. And if that's what you truly believe, then fine. But clearly these two don't, because they back the force the vote thing. So clearly you want the legislative process to be able to work for the things you want. You want to get to that place, right? So you can't use that argument. Okay, Bernie Sanders is playing the game significantly more effectively than you two pricks ever have. So, call him a sellout if you like, but you're just less good at selling out then.
Yeah, your tactics are shit. And also, if you just show up and scream that you want something and will threaten people if you don't get your way, and when you don't, you just storm out again, that's not activism.
No.
That's having a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
2 to 3 weeks, Bernie Sanders is going to shepherd the nomination through his committee, the budget committee, of a woman who has spent the last 5 years calling him and his followers continuously in the most bad faith way, racist and misogynist and bigot. He's going to say, my friend Neera Tanden, this is not a time for past grievances. We have too much.
Oh no, he's playing the political game. Again, whether you like Neera Tanden or not, and I'm not a massive fan, it has to be said, but that's the person that's been chosen. What good is it to him to fuck around with that? Like, I'm sure he'll ask us some pretty significant questions because it's Bernie Sanders, is a cantankerous old fuck. But they'll push it through because it's the nominee.
Yeah. I like Neera Tanden. I don't think what she says on Twitter reflects her capacity to do a job, which is what Biden has hired her for. And also, if it's a Biden pick, generally, unless there are some, serious objections because of a failure to do something or some kind of background, the president can kind of work with who he wants. It's sort of like a deference thing. It's a process. They check people, they screen it, but generally things go through. So Bernie's not betraying anyone by following the precedent of confirming the president's various appointees unless the Senate raises a serious objection. Yeah. He's not going to posture and throw and use all his political clout on a minor Biden appointee who has no real power. I'm not entirely sure if she works to see what department, if she's in the communications or somewhere else, but it's not that big. It's not a cabinet post.
And not just that, but as we've seen from Trump, the government can function with just acting heads of departments. So, yes. I mean, it's, like you say, it's not quite, it's a bit more than just symbolic, but it's mostly just symbolic. Really. The confirmation process is pretty irrelevant.
Yes. Again, it's kind of like, I'm trying to remember the last time people had actually not been confirmed. OMB director, okay, Office of Management and Budget, but other people will actually be doing the calculations for the Office of Management and Budget.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what she's been picked for, which is the government. They do estimates and stuff. I'll have to look up the OMB, what their duties are. Now I'm going down the rabbit hole. OMB to get
OMB, the dead rapper from Wu-Tang Clan.
No, the Office of Management.
That's an old dirty bastard joke. You're very welcome.
Yes, bringing that out. No, I don't want the executive office. Office of Management and Budget.
You weren't offered it.
Overseeing. Overseeing the implementation of the president's vision across executive branches, it carries out its mission through 4 main functions. It develops budgets and their execution, management, oversight of agency performance, procurement, financial management, information technology, coordinate review of significant regulations, and clearance and coordination of legislation and other materials. Honestly, if she had a Twitter fight with you, Glenn, that's not relevant to her job. It just ain't.
Yeah.
You might not like her, but she can still do her job. Hey, what was that about someone being an asshole, but it being irrelevant to their ability to be effective? Maybe you need to apply that to, I don't know, Neera Tanden, Glenn? Just a thought.
Yeah. Also, they're going about caring about the working class and all the rest of it. 81 million people just voted for Joe Biden, and he carried the majorities of 0 to 50,000 family income or household income, and then 50 to 100,000. And unions, exactly.
Yep.
So, whether you like it or not, Joe Biden managed to garner that vote, regardless of whether it's an anti-Trump vote or a pro-him vote or whatever. You're clearly in the minority in terms of working class views of the political dynamics.
Someone in the chat, who is that? Aries73 have come to the conclusion that Glenn Greenwald and Jeffree Star are evil brothers. That is funny.
I know Jeffree Star's name. I don't know a lot about them.
Yeah, it's like makeup drama.
Okay.
Makeup channel drama. But very good.
Okay. I will say, this is... you are on my channel, everyone. Do you think I'm going to get a makeup drama gag?
Of course you are. Do you want to look up Jeffree Star?
Look at me. Does it look like my face has ever seen a fucking jot of makeup ever?
I would like to see you in drag. I bet if we put a wig on you, I could imagine you in. I think you would be great in drag.
I did do drag once.
Yeah, how'd it go?
Badly. My ankles were in fucking agony. Heels are not a thing.
Right?
Heels are not a thing, especially
They're
for a 6 foot bloke. What the fuck? I went to a performance of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Or the Rocky Horror Show, I should say, because it's the stage performance.
Yes.
And everyone dresses up and all the rest of it. And my mates were like, "Oh, go on then." So I got fucking blackout drunk, and went out. This was back before. Like, now I could do that and it wouldn't bother me. I could do that on stream. I wouldn't give a fuck. But I was a bit less woke, maybe. So I was like, I'll just get really drunk and do it. And there are pictures, and I don't remember it. I don't remember any of these pictures happening, but I'm there.
It's a bit scary, but I mean, at least you have the pictures as memory. And yeah, heels are a torture device.
Yeah.
I think if men, cis men who were forced to wear heels more often, they would no longer be so demanding that women spend entire evenings in them just so you can look at their legs.
It pushes your ass up, so.
It does.
Yeah, no.
Get that booty out, shake it, do a little twerk on there.
Maybe I will.
Much work to do. I'm really proud to call you my friend. I think you're going to do a great job. He's going to be the most cucked motherfucker, even more so than he already is, in the entire universe.
No, that's the sign of...
Did you just say Bernie is going to be cucked? Yeah. I'm sorry. Is that what that conversation, how that ended?
Yeah. Because these are both really progressive dudes.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not at all being like sexist and just typical dude broness. You're cooked. Like that's
he's gonna call him a beta and a woke scold.
Next.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And it's
I mean, if it weren't for the fact that Glenn Greenwald is Jewish, I would expect him to go Bernie Sanders and then put the quotation, the echo marks after.
I mean, that is probably the one bigotry that won't show up on this show.
Well, unless he also brings on another Boogaloo boy, then maybe it will. Who knows?
True.
This is going to show those people even more that all you are warriors for the Democratic Party. Let me just give you one example. This week has been like the most amazing week of having the left and the right unite against Wall Street. Almost everybody across the spectrum supports what those Redditors are doing and is thrilled to see these hedge fund.
No, just no. Like people on the right are not. There are some libertarian type, burn the system down fucks, but the people on the right are a lot of virtue signaling, and they're going to cover the asses of these hedge funds. And
Yeah,
also,
course not.
this is not a populist movement. The people who sit in Wall Street bets, or is that what it is? No, it's Wall
Yeah.
Street.
Yeah.
Wall Street bets. They have the disposable income to fuck around with stocks, right? These are not the working class. This is not the proletariat. This is not the people uprising to in order to fuck with the system. This is basically like the white collar Wall Street version of trolls. And hey, I'm amused as much as everyone else about the little game that they found out and the exploitation and the loophole and all of that. But this isn't revolutionary politics. No one's trying to bring down the system. And I know that some of the dude bros came onto this late, but those people are not your natural allies. They're capitalists. They're invested in the stock market,
Yeah, exactly.
They just want to change the way it works. They don't want to bring it down and redistribute the wealth, y'all.
Yeah. But if you do want to redistribute the wealth, you can subscribe to me using your Amazon Prime on Twitch. Give me your Bezos bucks. I will impoverish him in no time. It costs you nothing. Go and do it now. Or you can give me money, but that will actually be giving Jeff Bezos some money as well. So.
By the way, it was worth every penny to watch you read out that line from Hot Fuzz last night, and then your reaction.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah.
You had just mentioned feeding ducks at the pond, and that always sort of combination reminds me of Nick Frost, fingered his sister up the duck pond. And
right, okay, yeah.
That's where the connection was there. It might have seemed random. In my head, it made sense.
Someone wants to give Kristi their Bezos bucks, but that's not how that works, because Kristi doesn't use her Twitch.
No, I didn't. No. I started, then I felt like I was very lonely over there, and you have to do work to network, and I didn't have the time to commit, so I just retreated back to YouTube. And now I'm on Twitch vicariously, or not vicariously. When Kevin's on Twitch, I'm on Twitch.
Yeah, vicariously. Yeah, through me. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello, Twitch.
Well, vicariously would mean like sort of living it through you, but I physically actually am on Twitch because of you, so it's no longer vicariously. I think it's actually.
Shut up.
Leeches suffering. And it has it's created a major opportunity to regulate, to legislate, to reform. And Ted Cruz, whatever you think of him, reached out by saying, I agree with AOC about this. So that was an opportunity for right and left to join together.
Yeah, but given everything Ted Cruz has ever done and voted for, do you actually believe him, Glenn?
Yeah, you dupe.
You fucking stooge. You stupid bastard. You lying fuckhead. What are you talking about? If you think Ted Cruz wants meaningful regulation on the fucking stock market or some sort of wealth tax, you're full of shit.
Yeah, that is just delusional. That is literally delusional. Ted Cruz was basically using, as people on the right sometimes do, a few populist lines at the right point to try to burnish their working person credentials. But Ted Cruz is not going to back these things that are going to help regulate his capitalist dream. Fuck off.
Yeah, full of shit. Oh, God, I fucking hate this. I hate this dishonesty.
To do something that supposedly her main reason for existing as a political figure, which is fighting income inequality, and instead she turns around and says, fuck you, I don't want to work with you. You guys got me murdered. You're a white supremacist. And
No, tried to get me murdered.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, worked fun. Like, what? She's supposed to go, oh, it's okay if you demean me, if you threaten my life, if you make me and my staff fearful, as long as it's all for the progressive cause, as long as it's all for the revolution, I'll go ahead and sacrifice my safety and dignity to these fuckwads to make Glenn Greenwald happy. No, Glenn, fuck you. If someone threatened your life or someone worked to generate an insurrection that was targeted at you, no, you would not want to work with that person. And, this isn't even about a policy issue. He was virtue signaling on Twitter.
Yeah.
There's no bill. There's no co-signing going on. He decided to troll her on Twitter. So stop fucking policing her safety, you cocksucker. I mean, that's actually like cocksucker is a compliment, so I kind of like want to retract it, but asshole liquor, maybe? Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're pro eating ass here. I didn't realise that was a thing before the internet.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, you know what I learned to do on my show?
If you're going to say I learned to eat ass, I'm all ears. Go on.
No, I learned that you can make polls in surveys.
Yeah, when a mummy pole and a daddy pole love each other very
Yes.
much, they get married and then they're allowed
Yeah.
to have intercourse and they create a baby pole.
Yes. So
That's
at
a
some
Polish
point,
joke.
like I just thought, we should take a survey. I would say the poll survey of the chat to see if the show is pro ass looking, but that's probably not a good use of the tool.
How do we do that then? How do we do that?
It's on it's in, if you go to where the stream is in your channel, I think you can go at
Which channel?
Your YouTube. So it's a YouTube poll.
YouTube poll, right? Okay.
And let's see. If you click on your chat bar there underneath, is there one of the? I popped up maybe it was when I was watching it.
I've got
anyway.
Participants. Pop out
No.
chat.
Go down into the chat. The chat box.
Oh, okay.
Go down to the box and
click,
and that's, well, I don't know. We'll figure it off air. We'll do it another time. If possible, I'll see if I can do some surveys of the chat in future. But at least you got a penis in the chat.
There we go. Anyway, we're playing with Kev's poll in chat. Very funny. Thank you. You leave Vladislav alone. That's another Polish joke. Anyway, Glenn Greenwald talking shit. Yeah, and also you can tell how intellectually honest he is because he's just saying it in a silly voice. So.
Yeah, he's mocking her.
Yeah.
He's mocking the threats, the legit threats against her life. Besides Nancy Pelosi, the next most hated politician on the right is AOC. They are obsessed with her. Yeah. And this is especially, again, being menaced as a woman, you're going to get the kind of threats and comments that like a cis guy wouldn't get in the same situation. So you can't tell me that you actually give a shit about people in general if you're not taking threats against her life seriously.
Yeah. Indeed. For some reason, I can't even type penis into my own chat and it doesn't show up. I'm censored. I have been censored in my own chat. It's outrageous.
And suddenly the two
camps reason for putting penis.
Exactly, yeah. What about if it's a medical thing?
Yeah.
Or you just want some penis?
He looks like he's about to fly there.
He does. Yeah.
Right again, and over here you have the red team, and over here you have the blue team cheering like morons at a fucking high school football game again because she ruined that movement. Because all she wants to do is attack Republicans and fortify the Democratic Party. That is what the left has become, and they know it. And that's why all that's left for them to do is do things like talk about your personality and occasionally mine.
Oh, this is such bullshit. Seriously, Glenn, just go in a corner and talk to a mirror because nobody wants to hear.
Yeah. I don't know. This is so strange to me. This is such an odd lie. It's such an odd lie. Like, she's playing the game to an extent, AOC, of course, because you have to get by in that system. Which, again, if you don't like the system, that's absolutely fine, but don't pretend to be trying to engage with it then, because that's nonsense. Yep. But she's not beloved by the Democratic establishment, partly because she does push back against it, partly because she does say things that they don't fucking like, inconvenient things. And yet, these people's rewriting of the situation, where, again, all of the criticism is, fuck AOC, fuck AOC, fuck AOC. Ted Cruz is alright, though.
Right, he wants to work with you. Suddenly they're standing Ted fucking Cruz?
Yeah, exactly. Please, wise ones of the left, tell me how Theodore Cruz is our new ally.
Here's the thing is, like, I will and I have criticized AOC in the past, but you bring a Republican in to criticize her and I will turn into a mama bear. And I will defend her from their sexist attacks and their abuse and their slurs and their labels because she's one of us. So what are you guys doing? Are you doing that for her? Do you have her back? How is it that I have her back more than you have her back on this issue? And you're supposed to be more progressive than me and a better person. Because I won't stand for that kind of obvious manipulation and trolling. Like Ted Cruz is pulling a fucking Sargon. Yeah. It's like if AOC is Anita Sarkeesian and Ted Cruz is Sargon, and Sargon makes all his money and he basically like spends a lot of his time getting attention by shitting on her. And then she says something, and to troll her, he's like, oh, look, I agree. And when she reacts negatively, he pretends like he can take the high ground. Oh my gosh, I'm just trying to work with you. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because if you wanted to work with her, you would have called her office. You would have had your staff call her staff and make a meeting. But no, you went on fucking Twitter to get attention. This is insincere bullshit, and I can't believe these guys are falling for it. They're willfully suspending disbelief of an obvious fucking right-wing insurrection instigating far-right populist, far-right asshole.
Yeah.
Wannabe populist who, has degrees from, what is it, Harvard or whatever?
Yeah. Indeed. What's a Belgian biscuit?
I don't know. Are we going to have to Google that?
I'm not Googling it on air, because someone in my Twitch chat put Blumpkin, which I know what that is, or Belgian biscuit. Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I know it's a sex thing. Fuck's sake. You've not narrowed it down much there. Thank you.
No, actually, that's true. There's a lot of sex.
That's why I'm not Googling it on air. Oh, fuck. Well, what I'll do, I'll Google it in my not on air screen.
Window? All right, we'll see it while you guys watch the video.
On a fucking list. Belgian biscuit. No. Well, that's just a that's a Belgian
beautiful.
Biscuit. Okay.
Put sex after it.
God. A Belgian biscuit to defecate.
Urban Dictionary.
To defecate on a glass surface or coffee table while a woman is underneath licking the glass. I don't even know how that would be sexual. That's just
people
boring.
Just make things up to have names?
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, half of the stuff on Urban Dictionary's never been done.
Yes. Yeah.
When a person is, oh hang on, this one's a different one. When a person is anally penetrated, then blows the penis directly after it has entered their back passage. Oh, that's just gross. Oh no. Oh. What the fuck? Making babies, getting your grind on with a Jimmy hat. Bitch, what you doing? You and your dude over there baking cakes.
Again.
I don't know.
Well, we're all, for some, sadly, we all know more about the word.
I wish we didn't. I see ignorance really is bliss, people. When
'tis folly to be wise, and we did not want to be wise here.
No.
It is stunning to see AOC turn into Adam Schiff. It is
fucking what?
Yeah, she turned into a middle-aged Jewish man.
She pushed back on Ted Cruz, and now she's like Adam Schiff. What planet do these guys live on?
Thank you to Glodnut for following. Go and follow me on Twitch, everyone. Now. Do it now. Like the Glodnut did. Yeah, it's turned into Adam Schiff, which... no?
That was my air tire being let out laugh.
Yeah.
Stunning to me to see her just totally focus all her ire. And it started for me at the CARES Act, so last March, when she blamed the Republicans for the CARES Act instead of her own leadership who had just negotiated that bill. And so when everybody was making a big deal how she flapped.
See, this is the thing though, right? Again, if you think that's a bad act, then it's on both. But he only ever directs his ire at the Democratic Party for the thing he doesn't like. When the Republican Party, if it weren't for the Republican Party, they'd actually be able to do something much more progressive.
Yeah, they were obstructing. They've been obstructing since Obama was president. But yeah, blame the Democrats for not giving you your wish list every year. Even if they gave you your wish list, it would never go anywhere because the Republicans would never accept it.
Well, exactly, and that's why your ire's in the wrong place, guys, because you can try and push the Democratic Party as much as you like, but whilst the Republicans are still there in force, en masse, it's going to be impossible to do the thing you want it to do. Like, if they controlled 3/4 of the House, your forced to vote thing would have made sense.
Yep.
To some extent. I mean, assuming they would, still control the Senate, but at least you would have gotten past the House. But they don't. It's like 50.4% or some nonsense. They've got like the slimmest majority imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thank you to 8DXman for following on Twitch. Go and follow me on Twitch! I'm sick of giving you the soft sell. Follow me on Twitch now.
Arms, but she was only flapping her arms and pointing her finger at the Republicans, and now here we are again. And when she's supposed to, we elected her to oppose Nancy Pelosi, she won't do it.
Wait. I'm sorry, Jimmy, where do you live? Don't you live in California?
He does, yes.
So how did you elect her to do fucking shit? She's not your representative, and you can't speak for all her constituents. You don't know what they all in unison when go fight Nancy Pelosi. No, fuck you, man. That's not why people vote for candidates.
Yeah, it is a bit strange. They voted for the Democrat to oppose the Democrats.
Yeah, and the other thing too.
She's not a third-party candidate. She's not like an independent.
Yeah. No, she's not. She's a party member, right? It's like, if you've ever read Hannah Pitkin's The Concept of Representation, which is an excellent book.
I'm not a fucking nerd.
Talks about different types of representation, and it harkens back actually.
No, Kristi. I'm sure this is going to be a very salient point, but what kind of geek do you take me for?
Well,
have you read this book? No, Kristi. No, I haven't. Obviously.
Okay. Well, in The Concept of Representation, Hannah Pitkin describes, and harkening back to Burke, this idea that there are different ways that you can represent people.
Have you even read Burke?
Yeah. Have you, one option is to basically like almost be an empty vessel and whatever is the majority opinion, just voting on what the people want. And, sometimes on some issues, you might feel like your constituents feel in a specific way, and whatever your personal feelings are on it, you want to represent their interests. On the other hand, they are also there to make judgment calls and look at specific bills in real time and decide to do what's best for everybody. And they're sort of like they're relying on themselves and their decisions. And you're not all of your elected representatives are just there to do whatever the people who scream the loudest want. It's not how democracy works.
No. True. I am a sports geek, that is true.
That is very true. Yes. Yeah.
True.
Now, when the time comes to actually stick it to Wall Street, she says no. And instead of doing that, she'd rather prop up.
What the fuck are you talking about?
When nothing's been voted on about Wall Street?
Yeah, nothing's happened. All she said is, fuck off Ted Cruz, stop clout chasing.
Yes.
Which is exactly what he was doing.
Yes. These guys are so obtuse.
Yeah.
Up in a most disingenuous way, the Democratic Party. So she's there. The reason why they wouldn't do force to vote was because it would have been injurious to the Democrats in the House who were against Medicare for All and would vote against it.
What?
So Nancy Pelosi said you can't do it, so they didn't.
No, Nancy Pelosi didn't say you can't do it. Nancy Pelosi said the vote isn't fucking happening.
Yeah, there's a regular order, which is you put a bill in, it gets a hearing in committee, it gets amended in committee, it gets voted on by committee. Then it gets sent to the full floor where there is more debate and more amendments. This demand to just vote on a bill, which bill? You say you want a floor vote on M for A. Well, which one? Because the original bill eliminates insurance, but Bernie put one out that doesn't eliminate insurance. And would people be able to make amendments on the floor to radically change it to the point where the people in the squad wouldn't want to vote for it? And then you act like a vote on M for A is an obvious, easy thing. And it's not. It's a massive piece of legislation. You don't even have a bill you can cite that you wanted voted on.
I've got a massive piece of legislation right here. Oh, yeah.
And so it's just stunning to me to see what is just manifest to everybody. And it's I've said this for years, Glenn, the United States is a country of adult children of alcoholic. They don't get mad at the person screwing you, right? Like the Justice Democrats who aren't doing what they said they would do and oppose Nancy Pelosi to get anything. They're not mad at that. They get mad at the person who points out that they're not doing what they said they would.
Wait. Like you don't get mad at the Republicans who are obstructing. You get mad at the people who are actually trying to advance your agenda?
Yeah. Yeah. I will ask you, considering you two have just finger banged Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Guys, do you think Ted Cruz would vote for M4A? Do you think he would vote for anything marginally progressive? Realistically, what's the most progressive thing that Ted Cruz would even think about voting for? Not killing gay people?
Maybe.
Did he vote? I think he voted to allow the or abstained possibly to allow the lynching as a federal hate crime bill. That's about it. That's probably, and that's literally like the bare minimum. That's the rock bottom bare minimum. The idea that they don't agree with me on this forced to vote thing, so they're pieces of shit. Whereas the guy who would definitely vote against it and would happily have an insurrection against someone who doesn't even really support it particularly, that guy's our allies. Like,
yeah, the guy who's, you know, because they're so anti these big, massive financial institutions. Doesn't Ted Cruz's wife work for Goldman Sachs?
I think Ted Cruz is Goldman Sachs. I think that's how it works.
But he's the hero here.
Yeah.
He's the hero here for sending out a tweet trolling AOC about a problem in the finance system.
They're so anti-establishment. They're going to back the Solicitor General of or former Solicitor General of Texas who tried to outlaw abortions over the self-made former bartender.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
Because of their class consciousness.
Yeah.
They're allies, man.
Yeah.
They're allies with the working people.
Sophia, thank you for the $1. You can give money as well if you want and get the thing read out. You can even type a silly thing like Kristi did last night. Doesn't have to be a serious one. At streamlabs.com/KFLogan1875. It's linked below. Sophia says, what have I missed?
Mostly us dunking on Jimmy and Glenn here.
Yeah. Bit of anger. You missed a bit of anger. You missed an amazing Mike Blaze track at the beginning.
Well, mostly theft of a better song.
Theft of an actually good song, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what adult children of alcoholics do. I know that very well. So that's the situation we're left in.
Look, it's a shame if that actually is Jimmy, but don't project your bullshit onto an entire society, okay? If you've got your hang-ups, that's fucked, and I hope you get therapy, but don't, societalize that nonsense.
Amazing that I could become some kind of literally I'm fucking a comedian in my garage in Pasadena, and it just goes to show you the bankruptness of those elected officials, the Justice Democrats, AOC.
Actually, he's doing a similar thing to what used to annoy me with Jon Stewart. You're not a comedian at this point. You might tell jokes, that's fine, but you're a political commentator.
Yep. Yes.
You're just saying it's a joke.
Yeah.
Like Jon Stewart used to annoy me because he used to do really good political satire, polemics, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And then go when called out on his positions, where we just go, I'm just a comedian. No, you're not just a comedian. You don't get to go on fucking stage every night or on TV every night and sing songs about fuck George Bush when he's the president, and then go, I'm just a comedian. No, you're not just a comedian at that point. Fuck's sake. Anyway. Small point, but a point worth bringing up.
All of them, that I could have this kind of impact is because they are completely selling out their own campaigns, their own campaign workers, and everybody on the left.
No, you get to have this impact because you've gone on with fucking Tucker Carlson, sucked his dick. Now you're sucking Glenn Greenwald's dick. You've been able to become part of the, I don't even know, the right-wing turd industrial complex.
Yep. I personally missed out on the petition to force AOC to basically spend all her time shitting on Nancy Pelosi that was signed by apparently everybody in her constituency and millions of people around the world. I missed that if that happened.
Yeah.
But that's not her job,
No.
Jimmy.
Yeah, she's not the fucking king of everything. Well, for a start, she'd be queen, but never mind. She's a representative, and a relatively new and inexperienced and unpowerful one at that.
Right, because they operate on seniority. She doesn't have a committee assignment yet.
Yeah. She's literally just a person who votes one way or the other. In terms of her impact, people think she has a lot more power than she does because she has a presence. She's one of the more famous politicians from America, which in terms of the disproportionality of her media presence to her actual power, there's no one with a worse disproportion than that. Because I suppose you might have some senators who have a bit more power and no public presence, which is disproportional, but other than that, maybe. Yeah,
do you know how Bernie Sanders got to be chair of the budget committee?
Because
he worked with the Democratic he worked with the Democratic Party over decades.
No,
and
but,
they basically
no, but seriously,
treat him like
he gives,
a party member.
He gives amazing head.
As well.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's why he was wearing the mittens. His hands were calloused from working the shaft.
Well, that's not the only way you can give head.
No, but he does like to. He likes to get. He's very handsy with it as well.
He's in there with the taint.
Yeah, exactly. He is the all-round consummate blowjob professional.
She said, "Cocksucker" is a compliment.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Go ahead, say whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, the person who should have been leading that campaign was not Jimmy Dore. It should have been AOC.
Yes.
As you said, the reason it ended up being you is because it wasn't them. It should have been Justice Democrat.
No, the reason it was him because he was being a dishonest prick and trying to stoke a fire where there needn't to be one about a pointless issue.
Yeah, he was clout chasing.
Yeah.
Like I saw an analysis. I did watch the Sam Cedar thing, and apparently the rule is the majority party is there's some sort of default where the majority party is the one who has to get the most votes, and they would have just gone around and around and around. But again, I put it to you, even if Nancy Pelosi said, okay, fine, you can have a floor vote on M for A, they would then start fighting about which version of M for A they would put up. And anyone who voted against it could say, well, I didn't vote for it because it didn't have X. And they'd all have political cover. And so it would have been ineffectual. And it would have alienated a lot of the Justice Democrats from the leadership, which is in charge of committee assignments. Are you playing the long game or are you playing like the sugar rush game? Because, Jimmy, you seem to be playing the sugar rush game, not the long game.
Yeah. Like, if and again, right, this is predicated on the Jimmy Dore idea that you can and should be involved in the legislative process as an outside force, right? And also the fact that he wants there to be a long-term vision, which is the thing you mentioned that the left doesn't have, which to an extent I agree with. The left needs to get a bigger, in terms of the Western world, what is the left's long-term projection goal? What do we want to do? What do we want to achieve? But if there is, within the legislative process in America, such a goal, it would be to get more progressive candidates elected, first and foremost, both to national and local level, and get them into positions of genuine power. So committee chairs, get more progressive people at the heads of like policy think tanks and stuff like that, right? Get them actually into positions where they can decide to affect or begin to affect things properly, rather than just shouting on the outside, going force a vote that we won't win.
Yeah, look at the Republicans over the last 50 years, right? They are focused on judges because they want to preserve white supremacy in America, and also it's a sop to their anti-abortion and gun people. Two, they want to do redistricting everywhere as much as they can in order to skew it toward white populations to maintain that white supremacy. They want to deregulate stuff for their rich friends, and they want to pass tax cuts and tax credits and spend government money in their friends to fill their pockets. Yeah. That's it. And that's what all they do. Like, that is their focus. That is what they do. Oh, and of course, always introduce constant anti-abortion legislation. Yeah. But again, that's more of a sop than things they really care about. They are focused. What is our long-term goal? What are our long-term goals?
Luxury gay space communism.
Like, it's great that we've, aiming for a $15 minimum wage and a $20 minimum wage, but that structurally won't change things. That'll just kind of temporarily alleviate some people's problems until inflation and consumer price index catches up.
Yeah. Are we done with these two dickheads?
Yeah, whenever you're ready. Yeah. Whenever you're finished.
Yeah.
Are you finished with them both?
I am. They can go and clean themselves up. Yeah. So, we want to look at this?
Yeah. Yes. This is amazing. This just makes me happy every time I think about it.
The greatest loser of all time keeps losing. No one wants to touch him with a shitty stick.
Nope.
Trump's legal team exited after he insisted impeachment defense focus on false claims of election fraud, which is not remotely the accusation. So
not at all.
Yeah.
Basically, he's making the case that he did it.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, you say it's like a murder someone who's up for murder going,
I hate this person.
Yeah,
I hated them.
I did murder him, but fuck him.
Yeah. Let me tell you why he deserved it.
Exactly.
That's pretty much what Trump is saying here.
Yeah, he's turning up with a blood-soaked shirt with the weapon in his hand going, yeah, I did it, but he deserved it. He's a prick.
Yeah, let me explain to you why. Even though I have no evidence and all I have is like 60 cases that I lost in court.
Yeah.
This time you should believe me on no evidence.
Yeah. The implosion of former loser President Donald Trump's legal team, and can I just say, the world record holder for most impeachments ever, comes as Trump remains fixated on arguing that his second impeachment trial at the 2020 election was stolen from him, a defence that advisors warn is ill-conceived and Republican strategists fear will fuel the growing divide of the GOP, which is possibly the point.
Yes.
South Carolina lawyer, and this is the guy, Butch Bowers, that's not a real thing, And 4 other attorneys who recently signed on to represent the former president abruptly parted ways with him this weekend, days before his February 9th Senate trial for his role in enacting the insurrection. Anyway, Trump's office announced 2 new lawyers were taking over his case. So 5 lawyers went, nope. No.
Whereas someone on my stream last night noped the fuck out of that situation.
Yeah. Like, even after he's gone, he's just... No, oh God, he's such a fucking twat. Such an intransigent, stupid bastard. Oh, God.
Yes. I was listening, I think, to Neil Katyal on MSNBC, and I think it was him. It might have been someone else. But anyway, they were saying that there are pretty strong ethics rules about attorneys who walk away from a client's case this close to a court date. It has to be that it's irreconcilable differences. It has to be impossible to actually proceed with the case, and that's it. Like, you can't just ditch out because, you're a little... Trump's argumentation was something that they couldn't present, and he didn't want them to present what they thought was actually plausible.
Yeah.
They were at an impasse.
Indeed. 2 people familiar with the discussions preceding the departure of the original legal team said that Trump wanted to make the case during the trial that he actually won the election. Lol. To do so would require citing his false claims of election fraud. That's going to be the rest of his life, isn't it? Every time you ever hear from this motherfucker now, it's just going to be, I won the election.
Yeah, it's a white male grievance.
Yeah.
It is like the manifestation of white male grievance.
Indeed. Even as his allies and attorneys have said that he should instead focus on arguing that impeaching a president who has already left office is unconstitutional. Now,
can we pause there?
Yeah.
Okay, you go ahead, then I'll go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, they tried to do this, didn't they? They tried to pull this nonsense. Rand Paul, I think it was, introduced the thing, and it got voted down, understandably, because it's not unconstitutional in the slightest.
Yeah.
But for all of those GOP senators who voted that this was unconstitutional, should surely recuse themselves from this now, because they voted that they believe that this is unconstitutional, so they are now going to take part and vote in a thing they believe to be unconstitutional.
Now, I know that there's a little bit of confusion on whether or not, so I heard Lawrence O'Donnell on The Last Word, who used to work for the Senate. My understanding from what he said was it was actually the vote was on a motion to discuss it. Not that it was an up or down. And then I read other things that said it was. So I'm a little bit confused on what they were actually voting. But it is a thing in these legislative bodies too. Should we vote on the motion of whether or not it's unconstitutional, and then people vote up or down? But that doesn't necessarily mean they've given their opinion on the question. They just want to hear the debate.
Right.
And oftentimes, even when you're going to vote against something, you still vote for it to kind of move the process along to get the debate going. So anyway. In just a second, I also don't see how it's at all unconstitutional. It says that, the Senate shall have the full authority to do the trial or whatever, and the House shall have full authority to impeach. So I'm interested to hear how they try to make this an argument of unconstitutionality when there is clear precedent for other people who have been impeached after having left office. And second, the implication there is that as long as a president can delay impeachment until or the trial until after he or she leaves office, they will never be held accountable by being barred from office for their wrongdoing. And that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, indeed. Lace Argar says, thank you for the $1. Again, if you want to do so, the links are below. We are walking down memory lane here on Twitch. Please either recount why your expose calls you Kurt, or do the theme song. Do both, and I'll double the dono. And then Rory Cats with a Z. It's an S, please, and it's two words. Please.
I like the Z personally.
Yeah. Well, you're wrong.
Modern and hip.
Although thank you for pronouncing it correctly.
By the way, Laith, are we going to play chess this week? Because I haven't heard from you and I haven't gotten in touch, so let me know.
Please keep your degeneracy to your own time. Oh God, it goes back a long way. Actually, my Twitter handle is still Kurt because it's a thing. Anyway,
back in the day,
way back, 2015, still Gamergate days.
Yes.
A guy called Davis Orini, bald fascist, was interviewed by Sargon about the Sarkeesian Effect documentary. And I went on with Carl, and it was the first ever live stream I did on my channel. It's a 4-hour epic with me and Carl, back when he had like less than 150,000 people on his original channel, so before he really like blew up. And I called him out on that and said, "Why are you interviewing a fascist? That's not cool." Anyway, and Carl kind of denounced him a little bit, and Davis was very unhappy about this. And in describing his unhappiness in one of his own live streams, described me as Kurt Logan. Because he'd never heard of me. Like, no one's heard of me now, but then even more so. And so I went with it, and I typed under the thing, "I'm not Kurt Logan, I'm Kevin Logan. You know my name, you motherfucker." Rah! Like a really over-the-top, silly, ridiculous comment that no one would take seriously, except fascists. Obviously, because they're idiots. So they started calling lots of these fucking, well, I suppose they're pre-groiper in a way. People started calling me Kurt as if I was going to be annoyed by that, and so I just took it on, and so I did the Kurt Logan remix of the thing.
And the theme song.
What was it again?
It's from the RSRQ.
Me 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 me. That's it. Yeah.
It went on for like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, the intro to that movie was.
So that is Kevin's rendition of the theme song for the Sarkeesian effect.
Yeah.
And you put it in there just as a hold for the videos, but then you just left it in.
I did, yeah, and I'm glad I did because it's as with all of my the jokes that people really like are never ones I actually sit down and write. They're just things that pop into my head and I go with it. Whenever I actually script a thing, it gets not. You get like a well done, golf clap, and then for like a silly joke about kiss my tits, everyone loses their shit. Like anyway, Bilderberg says yes, they're a skull ? I presume you're referring to MacArthur, so please use their name correctly, which is the name of Davis Orini's skull that he has. Is Davis Orini still alive? Sure. I hope not. In Minecraft.
Yeah, he'd move MacArthur around his house, so it was always in the background.
Always in the background of his shot, which is really pathetic. Like I've got weird shit. Like when in some of my videos you'll notice a Paddington bear in a fez, naturally. That's just there in my house. If I went downstairs now, it's there. I don't move it, so it's always in the shot with me. It's just weird. The fuck is wrong with you? Well, he's a Nazi on paper. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. So basically, Trump's legal team have fucked off.
Yes, and now he's got two no names.
Well, he's never going to find anyone better named than Butch Bowers.
And I mean, imagine getting hired by Trump yesterday. And next week, Tuesday, the fucking trial starts. And the prosecution has all of these videos that they've gone through, all of the staff that they have to help them. There's like 7 of them or some fucking shit this time. And they are going to throw everything they have at you. And you've got 7 days to prepare.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously going to get acquitted because Republicans are cowards. But this will go down, I think, as a very obvious trial of this was a political cover for Trump and not at all fair.
Yeah. Also, I just want to point out this. Trump spokesman Jason Miller, who, by the way, is the guy that allowed this to happen, really, because it was his say-so that stopped the National Guard going in straight away. Anyway, also said Sunday that the split with his lawyers was mutual, but rejected the notion that the former president wanted to focus on election fraud in the Senate trial, calling that account, quote, fake news. Now...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. When, inevitably, whatever lawyer ends up with the weird pass the parcel full of shit at the end of the thing and ends up able to do this, when they go up there and start talking about fucking the ghost of Hugo Chavez sodomizing Lady Liberty or whatever, I want people to go back to this and know that he even after it was fucking outed that that's what he wanted to do, they still called it fake news.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, so you had a thing you wanted to...
They're lying.
Yeah,
is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yes, on my show, oh my gosh. So yeah, on my show on Sunday, I talked about a video I put out on Saturday, which is really just an assembly of clips because I didn't have anything to say about the Epoch Times and Falun Gong. But I went down the rabbit hole and it is a very, very odd group. The Epoch Times is a newspaper run by people who believe that the biggest evil in the world is communism, especially Chinese communism, and that Trump was like sent as a divine sort of like missionary to end communism.
Yeah.
And Carl called them a Christian conservative group, which they are absolutely not. And so I was looking at that, and then while I was on their page, when I got their stuff up, I saw an article that intrigued me, which is, where is my, oh, sorry. I'm trying to talk and find things and move the screen at the same time. That's the one I want. Yeah, I'll
You're
do
the
so.
one,
Why
the
not?
one. You are the
You
one.
are the one I want.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, you've had so much music tonight, everybody.
While I was looking at it, people in my chat, I think maybe William Strong and someone else, pointed out that Hythidae is the last name of a character in Thomas More's Utopia, which I didn't do early English, or medieval, Tudor period, I guess, literature. So, and I guess you could maybe call it politics, but it's not really.
But it is pretentious enough that it's suitable for the Lotus Eaters.
Correct. Yeah, it's a pseudo pretentiousness that they're going for here. That's so on brand. People who noted that also mentioned that name means peddler of nonsense. So it's sort of an interesting. We'll just go down a little factoid lane here and do the
Rocking Rooster.
Yeah, that's MSNBC online.
No.
Right. So yes, Hythidae is the character who is in Utopia, presents like the ideal world. And yeah, this one, he brings good news of the ideal society. Found on the island of Utopia, but of course it does not exist. And Hythidae means peddler of nonsense. So there was some like speculation. Well, maybe he's just like a troll. Maybe he's being sort of subversive, working there and putting out crap, which obviously is a very charitable interpretation of his actions. Yeah. But so I like to call Hugo Joey 2 because this isn't Joey 1. I think that's Callum. Is that his name?
No, Joey.
Joey 1.
Yeah, it's Joey. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, so this is Joey 2.
There's no Joey 2. There's only one Joey.
Now, notice, we're going to set that aside. It's entitled Neo-Socialism: An Introduction, right? And it's called an analysis. Now, if you're thinking of an introduction to something, what would you kind of think would be in an article that was an introductory article, Kev?
You'd say, hello, this is Neo-Socialism. Neo-Socialism, this is Kev, Neo-Socialism.
True. You might also expect, I don't know, some like history.
Little bit of a backstory. You want the lore, don't you?
Yeah. And do you know anything about neo-socialism?
I know it in its original guise of the
go ahead.
Second World War France. Basically, it was fascist. So people within what was the Socialist Party, the Jean Jaurès Socialist Party, which is now basically a Social Democratic Party, but whatever. They were the kind of, I suppose you might call them Strasserite or sort of Nazbol off-branch that were eventually kicked out of the Socialist Party, and they were essentially made up the bulk of the kind of collaborationist political forces when the Nazis invaded.
Exactly. Precisely. During the 1930s, the faction of the neo-socialists, a political faction that existed in France and Belgium in the 1930s, distanced itself from revolutionary Marxism and reformist socialism while stopping short of merging into traditional class collaborative socialism. Instead, they advocated revolution from above, which they termed as a constructive revolution. This brought them into conflict with the Socialist Party in France, a traditional anti-governmentalism, and they were expelled. And then next, third paragraph, from the start, this linked them to fascist politics in France, and neo-socialists expressed admiration for Italian fascism. This tendency later emerged as an ideological orientation in its own right with the Neo-Socialist Party, which advocated authoritarianism and anti-Semitic policies, as well as intimate cooperation with the Nazis. So yes, Kevin, just a little more like... well, this has, of course, citations in it, but that's what neo-social. So you'd think that an introduction to neo-socialism would mention
that. I mean, what you just read there is a fine little introduction to neo-socialism. Yeah.
Yeah, precisely. And it's less than 100 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know how much. I mean, okay. I'll have you start off and then tap out when you want to swap. So.
Tap out. No money joke.
I think also you have to center it a little bit more to the left on the screen because it's.
Well, I would like to center Carl a lot more to the left. Yes. But what can I say? Yes, so the left-wing radicals of today call themselves by many names, from leftist through socialist, Marxist to progressive and many others. The list is almost endless.
Not really.
No, it's relatively finite. From one point of view, it makes sense. Each of these terms aims to describe a slightly different set of beliefs, even if all are on the quote-unquote left. Such fracturing, however, prevents opponents of the radical left from being focused on who the other side is. The umbrella term...
Pause. Does that sentence make sense? When you have specific groups, subsets within a group, it's more difficult to be focused on who the other side is?
Well, basically, this is, again, very Sargon-esque, even though he didn't write it, it's on his fucking website. Basically, they need to be able to blanket everybody that they don't like.
Correct.
That's why radical left is like an important phrase for them, because it's not as historically problematic as cultural Marxist, but basically has the same thing. Basically, it provides the same function for them. Everyone I don't like on that side is, they used to be called regressive left, radical left, whatever.
Right. You want to, basically, it's an argument for not seeing any kind of variegation in painting with a broad brushstroke as a way to make argumentation better.
Yeah. From the same people who brought you, you call everyone you don't like a Nazi. Yeah.
Yes.
The umbrella term radical left is not practical outside of some limited circles on the conservative right. By now it has amassed too much adverse political baggage. It is time to find a new, more powerful descriptor. Socialism and socialist are likely the closest existing descriptors that we don't want to use. What? In some sense, though, they are very accurate. So
this guy has a degree from Cambridge.
Really? Oh, wow. I don't feel so special.
I don't know how.
To some extent. So he doesn't want... Oh, fuck's sake. So you don't want to use the thing that you admit is very accurate. Wow, this is some smooth-brained nonsense, man. To some extent, virtually all of today's left is fundamentally socialist. That's not true.
Except for all the Democratic, social Democrats who want to just basically like really tame capitalism and make it work for
And then there are even people like Slavoj Žižek, who described himself as a communist but not a socialist. Which is an odd distinction, but those people do exist too. But anyway.
That's Zizek, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think he was saying that, but I couldn't really understand him.
No, that's most of Zizek too.
Yeah,
don't we? It's okay if we don't understand.
He was eating from the dustbin of ideology. He was fine. The value that's a literal thing he says, by the way. That's not. I'm not doing like a joke about him looking like a tramp or something.
No.
Although he does, let's be honest. To some extent, virtually... Oh, no, I've read that bit. The values encompassed by the ideology fully articulated in the 19th century are reasonably close to those held by the left in the present. Still, socialist is not a good descriptor for our purposes. So you're saying you wish to be dishonest?
Yes.
Fucking hell, hang on 1 second. Sorry.
Here's how it's good and here's how it's good, but it's really not good. I'm not going to tell you how it's not good, but here are all the ways that it's accurate.
Yeah. Fucking mad.
I'm going to scroll a little bit so you... Yeah, all right.
1 second. Hang on. I was just checking my thingy-majig. There we go. Right. Oh.
Okay, how come the meme is up on screen?
Oh, because I was checking my thing.
Okay.
So I had to take it off that, otherwise they'd see what I was checking, which they didn't need to see.
Got it.
But everything was fine anyway. But I was
you have it all under control.
I do. Well, sort of. Certainly more than these people. Socialism is an old ideology. That's not true either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you want to go like, well, there were proto-socialist concepts in the Peasants' Revolt or something. But that's not really the case, is it? This is Age of Industry type philosophy, which is not very old at all.
Capitalism is an older ideology. I mean, by a little bit. I mean, socialism is a reaction to capitalism. by a couple decades.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Capitalism as we currently know it, modern capitalism. Not
Yeah.
like feudal capitalism, because people like capital.
Mercantilism.
Correct.
Yeah. It has several centuries of history behind it. Again, that's a bit. I mean, technically, it's multiple.
2.
But
almost.
it's 2. Yeah.
It was 1930s. When was Das Kapital published?
1850s, 60s, something like
Okay,
that.
so yeah, not even.
Yeah, so we're talking. It's like I say, if you want to go by the calendar, it's 3 separate centuries that it's evolved under. But that's, I mean, you're being very generous there. Oh, I'm being very generous, whatever. It has several, and that's a lie. Anyway, it has innumerable attempts of its implementation under its belt. It boasts an almost endless array of movements over its history that have kept emerging, advocating for it, falling off, and springing up again. Okay? It is a fundamentally failed ideology. All attempts of its implementation in political history have resulted in catastrophes. It is an ideology that is, nevertheless, being revived over and over again in the hopes of finding a way to implement it, which will finally measure up to socialism's promises.
You notice that none of this has anything to do with the arguments being. It's not an argument against using the term socialist. It's a description. Okay, so just pointing out
Also,
how poorly constructed this is.
It, as a failed ideology, it's failed in the sense that most countries aren't socialist or building towards some sort of socialism now, but that's mainly because of capitalist subterfuge, I would argue, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. The idea that the things you can point out that were wrong about socialist countries are often very true about capitalist countries too. It would appear that governmental power is the issue rather than, strictly speaking, the ideology.
Yeah, I would also argue that socialist movements have themselves been incredibly successful in transforming and forcing capitalism to respond to its demands, like the 40-hour work week, like worker safety, like in other countries besides the United States, sick pay, family leave, and paid vacation, retirement funds, all these kinds of things. So capital, even though you don't have, let's say, a socialist state, the ethics and values and critiques of capitalism that have been advanced by socialist movements. Capitalism is basically like adapted itself to socialist critique in order to keep going. Yeah,
that's why, I mean, I've certainly heard people talk in the past about the fall of the Soviet Union being a catastrophe for the working people of all of the world, not because necessarily the USSR was brilliant, but the threat of people going towards communism was enough to make sure that these Western countries were still giving concessions to working movements. So, and we've seen that since the fall of the Soviet Union and the end of history, quote unquote, that consistently across the Western world, all of those gains that working movements had made have been eroded to the point where most Western countries' social safety nets are a fraction of what they were at one point. So that's certainly a thing, yeah. And also, it must be borne in mind that socialism took the Soviet Union from being a broken down, backward shithole of a country to a superpower twice.
And under China too was transformed from pre-modern to modern modernity.
Again, that's not to stan any of those countries. I'm not going down that line. I'm not a tanky, although I will be accused of it by Carl, but he thinks AOC's a tanky, so fuck him. But that's it's worth adding some nuance. Anyway, so socialism's promises, right? Using the term socialist to describe a rank-and-file member of today's left might be fairly accurate, but at the same time, it is inadequate.
Keeps saying this, but he doesn't demonstrate it.
No. And also, again, you're just saying, well, it is accurate, but it doesn't demonise them in the way that I'd like it to.
Yes, that's it.
I wish to be more dishonest about my opponents. Wow. Cambridge need to up their game, man. Fuck.
Definitely.
Often, what it invokes are pictures of someone fighting for the right and noble thing, even if ultimately doomed to failure. That is not the picture we want our term to evoke. Okay. My proposition is neo-socialism.
I'm going to scroll again.
Yep. Why? Take the 2 examples of using the prefix neo that have become perhaps the most used in recent parlance, neoconservatism and neoliberalism. But I mean, neo is just the prefix that comes from the Latin new, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it just means new because something is, there's a new version of an old thing. Like liberalism has existed since the 17th century, conservatism also for a long time, but you can't compare today's conservatism to people in the 19th century.
No, you can, Krista, because it's
In
the
parts, but we're not really
classical liberals, Krista, please.
Yeah, yes. We're still debating monarchical
Are
power.
are you suggesting that the classical liberals are lying shitbags?
Yes.
That's outrageous.
Actually.
Outrageous, Krista. These are some of the most intellectually incorruptible souls that have ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
By contrast, adding neo to this term... Hang on. No, I missed one, didn't I? Sorry. The term conservatism evokes a traditional good ordering of the world.
You mean unjustified hierarchies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It paints the picture of something solid, something safe, and something time-tested. It is a refuge to seek if one is in danger or overexposed.
White supremacy.
You can tell this was written by a conservative.
Yes.
Very, very, very much so. By contrasting, adding neo to this term makes it instantly something else. Yeah, obviously. Otherwise, why would you add a prefix at all?
Yes. Yeah, it's to distinguish it from the other thing.
Yeah. Pictures of evil politicians and evil elites. Just put the quote, the marks around that. He means Jews.
Mm-hmm.
When he says evil elites, he means Jews. I mean, literally, you've got the World Economic Forum next to it. I mean,
yes,
come on. Anyway, where are we? Evil elites doing evil things come to mind. It represents a perversion of something that was meant to be good. Who would want to see countries bombed for flimsy reasons? Well, conservatives.
Yes, and neocons.
The story of liberalism is similar. To call oneself a liberal evokes valuing individual freedoms and human rights above all. Does it?
No. I don't think liberalism, when attached to markets, is about freedom, individual freedoms, or human rights. In fact, it's sort of like the opposite.
Yeah, to a degree, yeah. I mean, that's this person... I don't know what their degree was in, but it doesn't appear to be politics. The connotations of the term involve a striving for progress, the mitigation of the negative aspects of our inherited past. It means to hope that in the future we can achieve something better than what we have had. We can aim for the stars.
Actually, in the American, like being a liberal would make you on the left. But yeah, again, this sort of like, the left are evil and we on the right are solid and good and wholesome because we say so.
Yeah. Enter the dreaded neoliberal, which I think was a John Grisham novel.
Now, I'm just going to point out we completely lost the thread about why socialism isn't an adequate term or why we need this homogenized label for that whole thing about why it's inadequate has never been explained and never will be explained.
No. Well, I mean, I haven't read the rest of the article, but I dare say you won't.
Does this feel like an introduction, by the way, to neo-socialism?
No, this feels like someone's taking a fucking potato peeler to my brain. I feel like I'm becoming more stupid.
All right, am I gonna ruin this if I tell you he never actually even mentions neo-socialism of the 1930s in this?
It doesn't surprise me.
Never mentions that they're associated with fascism.
Well, of course not, because he's a fascist, probably.
It never talks about the implications of calling people neo-socialists and associating them with fascism when they are specifically anti-fascist. I don't know if you want to keep going, but I mean, because it's long. We don't have to do this whole thing. But it basically...
Okay. Yeah, well, we're done then. Fuck them.
Yes. It's honestly bullshit. It's not an introduction to neo-socialism at all. It's old Hugo Peddler of nonsense here.
Oh, look at this little cunt. Fucking
doing
hell.
his feels. Like he makes a series of empirical claims that he doesn't reference. There's I'm sorry. There is one hyperlink to a source. He links his audience to this.
Even to the Urban Dictionary of it.
Yep. That's his one citation. Despite all of his empirical claims and
I mean,
stuff,
but look at that little face. That is the face of a person that in Minecraft one might want to.
Geschichte, whatever.
Exactly. Oh no, he did a degree in politics and international relations. I wonder what college he went to.
Cambridge. You guys need to get your degree back.
Fucking hell, that's grim.
It's honestly, if this is what Cambridge passes out these days, why would people pay $9,000 a year to go there?
Yes, indeed.
So that was just and then we had a little back and forth. on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I said, Hugo, covered your neo-socialism article. It fails to mention the historical use of the term, by the way. On my show, had a question. Hathaday means peddler of nonsense. Are you running a con on Carl at all with substandard, easily refutable articles? My chat thinks so. And yeah, this is what he wrote back. You want to read it?
Wouldn't it be funny, though, if someone revived the term neo-socialism to describe the radical left today when it used to mean fascist sympathizers in the past? Food for thought.
Again, Cambridge, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's grim.
What are you
That's
doing?
fucking grim, man. Yeah, that's. I mean, you need to keep the standards up, thin the herd a little bit sometimes. I think.
Fail some people.
Yeah.
Honestly, it won't kill you to fail some people. We had a little bit more back and forth, and basically his thing is I don't have to do actual research or citations for an online article. And I was like, okay, well, if you want to keep putting out substandard, easily refutable stuff under your name, well, you'll earn your reputation. So.
Now, what's this Lauren Southern nonsense?
Oh yeah. Apparently she threw her under the bus.
Through who? Under? Oh, she went. Oh,
Who?
okay. Oh, I thought, are they? They're not friends anymore?
Apparently not. You want to hear?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
So Matthew mentions that Shoe on Head has gone full socialist. Who's Shoe on Head?
She's a YouTuber. Actually, I did a video with her ages and ages ago, but she's moved quite left. She's always been kind to me, but it's definitely been unfortunate to see. I think there were like leaks that said, she was just like really slamming conservatives and saying there's something like very dehumanizing about them. And I just feel like it's, once again, like I think good people can get caught up in their own internet circles. And just kind of having that feedback loop towards a circle of people they want to impress and are scared of pissing off.
Yeah. It's not healthy. Matthew mentioned
that was it.
Well, I like the fact that she's against dehumanizing now.
Yes, that would be news to me as well.
Yeah. Maybe if Shoe on Head were maybe a migrant in a boat, you would feel differently about that, Lauren.
Correct. Should we just do my bookmarks since we're here?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I don't even know what I have. Oh, yes, I do. I've got some things. Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah, that's not normal. Okay, there's some. How far back do I go? Oh, yeah, that's kind of funny. Oh, I think this is where we stopped last time, right? Ukraine on...
Yes.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh, I've got this one as well, but you might as well play it.
Okay, so they're basically doing. We don't have to listen to all 53 seconds, but they're all talking about the sloths. Sloths fall in water to get away from predators, and they're very fast in water. This whole thing is about the freaking sloths.
Yeah.
And then this guy decides to pipe up. Come on, Twitter. What are you doing to me here? Why are you being shit? All right, we're just going to do it on yours.
Okay.
We'll wait for you. Oh, right. This just kind of like, I thought was a good critique. So this Radiant writes, this is why we prefer Bernie over Warren, plain and simple. And Bernie's saying the business model of Wall Street is a failure. Then Elizabeth Warren says,
to be fair.
Sorry, yes, is a fraud. Yeah. My mistake. Thank you for the correction. And Warren says, casino-like swings in stock prices of GameStop reflect wild levels of speculation that doesn't help GameStop's workers or customers and could lead to market instability. I told the SEC to explain exactly what it's doing to prevent market manipulation. And someone just said, yeah.
Okay, I mean, as a Bernie fan or whatever, no, a person who likes Bernie's policies and stuff, I don't see that there's anything wrong with either of the things they've said. Right, I don't know that I don't know that one's necessarily preferable. It just one's more pithy, certainly.
Correct, and that's what someone was giving me feedback on, which is like.
And I don't have a lisp. Yeah. I wasn't saying pissy. Pithy.
Okay. Pithy. Yes. The person saying the lessons I'm taking from this person's take on this comparison is women can do a huge amount of work to try to understand and explain and fix a problem, but a man who utters a pithy slogan gets more credit, and too many voters on both sides don't want policy or plans. They want slogans that fit on hats. So it's just kind of like a critique of but that's... sometimes women feel like we have to work twice as hard to get half the amount of credit.
So. Well, that's I think probably true in a lot of instances. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was it. It wasn't so much like Bernie versus Sanders, so much as
Bernie versus Sanders.
Sorry,
Is he
Bernie
split
versus
personality
Warren.
now?
Yes. I need to like not try to think on something else and talk and scroll at the same time. Okay, what's this? All right, the anti-woke, anti-capital culture business went from a concern about soft or creeping totalitarianism to its own sort of all-encompassing, nearly totalitarian thought. Every issue, every topic is now threaded through with that one issue.
Yep.
I think that's, yeah. Don Winslow's
Oh,
putting
I've
up
got this.
52,000.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah?
go on.
See, now it's like when I do first, yeah, I've got this one too. Yeah, Don Winslow's putting up his own money to give a reward to whoever helps first, first person to turn in Ali Alexander. I didn't realize he was on the run.
Sam,
yeah, I didn't realize he was on the run. Like, I know he made a video, but apparently.
No, well, yeah, there's no doubt he's absolutely knee deep in all of that stuff that happened on the 6th.
Yeah, he made a video saying he was.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble.
Yep. Right. Oh, this is when you have to get your cock out.
Oh, hang on. Fuck's sake.
Okay.
Can't escape, you fuckhead. Right.
Logan's amazing conservatives of cancel culture. Cocks and penis.
There you go.
All right, thanks, because I can't hear it. So I did hear it last night for the first time, I think, when I was in your chat, which is funny. But yeah, South Carolina GOP censors its own members for his vote.
Yeah, but they're against cancel culture. Honest.
Yes,
they really
definitely
are.
Not.
Yeah.
Not canceling anybody, those people.
It's not like they want complete and total hegemony of thought. No, they want individuals with free thinking. Definitely.
Colorado paper reports that and Shannon Watts here comments on maybe Lauren Boebert doesn't want to get asked about her campaign finance reports, which shows she was reimbursed for $30,177 in 2020. In comparison, the outgoing Representative Scott Tipton was reimbursed $12,255 over the last decade.
But there's no corruption there.
No,
populisms.
Everything's
populisms.
above board.
Yeah, maybe.
This someone thought I thought this would be
Anti-Weedad from back in the day. Too good not to.
This isn't normal unless you're addicted to reefer cigarettes. Then it happens all the time. I was like, damn. If this was the case,
Would that work for you?
I don't think that's an anti-drug ad, to be honest.
No, it's just surreal art.
Yes. All right, in a bit of irony, Boebert, who said that she was her own security because she has a gun, canceled her first town hall meeting due to security threats, she claims.
Lol.
All right, this is pretty funny. If you want to read out
Republican
some of these.
Titanic. It's dry here. The sinking is a hoax. If I drink fuel, I won't freeze. Okay. Nobody can force me to wear a life jacket yet. Only old and unhealthy people will die. They had pre-existing conditions that killed them. The lifeboat industry funded this. 1,500 dead. More people die from heart disease every year. True. Very true.
Yeah, so thank you, Parlor Takes, for sharing that. Oh, just a little mention I thought was worth noting here on the show is that we kind of talked a lot about the constitutional and legal outrage of the insurrection, but it does have a human cost. There were staffers who were trapped inside darkened rooms with the doors blocked for 2.5 hours, not knowing what was going to happen, hearing the crowd chanting and stuff. And I think that it's really good that Nancy Pelosi has been taking an active role in helping set up counseling for people who were at the Capitol and not. And this article just kind of details the various ways that she's sort of taken initiatives to get mental health services to members of the Capitol staff and other people who were affected.
Cool.
So, yeah, I thought that because we don't really talk too much about the mental health aspect of this, but I'm sure you had this as well. 2 members of the Proud Boys were charged with conspiracy.
Yeah, they're looking a lot of time in prison.
Yep, not just not being trespassing, but actual conspiracy charges.
Well, yeah, and they should be, because there's no doubt they did. This is pre-planned.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, here we go. From Catterday. With pumpkins on there, pumpkin hats.
Aww.
Can you imagine if you gave Rory Cats a bell?
Oh, fucking hell. I'd have tinnitus.
Just look at their faces. Like, come on, food now. Now! So anyway, that was just a cute thing.
Oh.
Oh, got the conspiracy thing already. Oh, right. Look at this. Jan 6 rally ahead of the Capitol riots was funded by Trump donors and helped by Alex Jones.
What a surprise. I am shocked.
Yeah. Apparently he put up some seed money or something for it. All right. I think this is an NHS hospital, but what you want to do is you want to keep an eye on this person here in the background.
Okay.
Right? Every hallway is a runway. Ready?
Okay.
Is in my mouth, so I work it when I walk down the hallway. They can't say nothing.
Look at the turn they make when they come out the door as well. It's brilliant.
Is in my mouth, so I work it when I walk down the hallway. They can't say nothing.
Bless.
Lincoln Project wrote a response to Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, it looks like they're possibly going to sue him.
Oh yeah, I think so. They also had their own problem with a Me Too outing of a sexual predator in their group over the weekend. I don't know if you caught that.
Doesn't surprise me. I mean, the people behind the Lincoln Project are garbage.
Well, I took a look at it, and the news article came out at 3:06 in the afternoon, and they put out a statement condemning him and distancing and repudiating it, and really reaching out to those who were victimized within 45 minutes. So they did the right thing publicly in terms of, there wasn't no hemming or hawing. But yeah, and that's the thing that happened over the weekend. Yeah, Dodger Stadium's COVID vaccination site was shut down because of demonstrators.
Dickheads. The human race is going to be killed by idiots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Human idiocy. Absolutely. Right. Oh, this is just MTG, the noxious MTG doing her trutherism, 9/11 trutherism. Oh, okay. We already covered Trump's thing. Yep, this is just a half a day. Oh, yes, someone made this cup.
Wow, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Enrique Saritario with various...
But Ted Cruz is the left's best ally. Yeah. Good.
He wants to get stuff done. Someone wanted to know if this person was a worse singer than Danzy. You want to see it?
Oh, God. Go on, then.
I haven't watched it, so I don't know what this is like at all.
Sag mal hip hop, the hip hop of the beat. Oh no, hip hop, the hip hop of the beat. Hey, es ist schon lange her. Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, wie es so richtig.
Oh no! Oh, this is a crime.
Die Fortune spielten im Storyville, die Beatles im Top 10.
What, Kristi? What is this abomination?
That is hilarious.
Oh,
I don't know.
No.
That is awful.
Fuck me. That is bad.
Well, look, check out this guy in the middle, though, with the powder blue jacket and the 1970s hair.
That is fucking hell. That is a war crime.
Oh, this was kind of funny, I thought. I'm going to read it out.
Confederate monuments are part of my heritage. Destroying the Confederacy is part of my heritage. And then the NPC face, yeah.
But yeah, so what about my heritage of destroying the Confederacy?
Yeah, exactly.
You're harming my heritage. Just a perspective that I think is worthy of talking about. Breaking up big tech won't save American democracy from the propaganda being broadcast on big tech.
By itself, I think it's an important thing in terms of moving forward. But in of itself, this is the thing. Democracy didn't arrive as a fully formed thing, and it won't be saved in one foul swoop. It's a very, very complex and delicately balanced thing. The idea that just doing one thing in of itself is going to be somehow revolutionary that's not the way that real life works.
Right. It's just, I mean, I'm increasingly above the opinion that big tech does need some sort of breaking up.
Yeah.
But it's any effect on American democracy would be secondary, So it's not the solution.
No.
It's just a thing. Oh, right. Rob Portman, now that he's resigned, has grown a spine a little bit.
No, too late. Too late, you fuckhead. I don't care.
One Republican out there sort of in the Senate saying that the election was lost and we need to move on.
Well, yeah, but it's far too late now. Look, I respect someone who stands up when the tyrant is there. Afterward, you don't get any credit. No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I don't care. I'm not giving him a fucking pat on the back for now he's safe going, saying the thing. I don't care anymore. It's no.
Yeah, you're a spineless coward.
Yeah.
Basically. Right. What is she on here?
No, that's the R word rant. We played that last time.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yep. Just Alex Jones funding the thing. Oh, this is the guy, John Weaver, who is a co-founder of it. And yeah, basically it was exploiting men online, young men, piece of shit. And then this was it. Yeah, the totality of his deceptions were about anything we could have imagined. We're absolutely shocked and sickened. So,
well, that's right. That's good.
Yeah, that's the only position we can morally take in those situations. I think we're getting close to. Well, we did the Lauren. Oh, this guy. Go ahead and read it out.
Wisconsin pharmacist who destroyed more than 500 vaccines does believe Earth is flat. Well, I am fucking shocked.
Yeah.
Anti-science lunatic believes other anti-science shit. Yeah.
How do you tell me again how great STEM is? How can you go to get a degree in pharmacy and still think the Earth is flat? The skills don't translate. They don't transfer from one discipline to another or something with this person.
I mean, I suppose in theory you could, because it's not relevant necessarily, is it, to pharmacy? But realistically speaking, if you're a scientifically minded person, there's no way you can be flat Earth.
Yes.
That's really grim. That's really grim. but it's not shocking, is it? Like when you hear, a flat earther was a Nazi. Yeah, that makes sense. Like it just, they're all, if you believe one set of shit, you potentially could believe any number of different sets of shit. And then it's funny when you get two conspiracy theorists together, like with Alex Jones and Q, right?
Yep.
The clash because they both believe slightly different sets of nonsense.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
When human beings are wonderful at factionalism. It's something we do so well. Yes, this I wanted to point out because, again, we don't talk about the UK too much, but this is, bullshit, concerning, immoral. The UK is still not complying with international agreement to prevent violence against women and girls 8 years after signing up to it.
Well, I'm shocked. It's not as if we've got a domestic abuser who's prime minister. Oh no, we do. Oh, that's fucked.
Hindsight's 2020. If the 2016 EU referendum were to happen again today, Britons would vote to remain.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yep. Although the thing on the right there in favour of joining the EU, I think that would change within the thing because. The reason I was much more in favour of staying than I might otherwise have been is we had like a lot of favourable elements to us, like we didn't have to join the Euro and stuff like that. So we had a lot of we had a real sweetheart deal.
Yes.
And yet, if we were to rejoin, we'd have to take all of that, and that would be so unpopular that they're saying it now because we're living with the fuckery of Brexit. But when it came to the actual vote, I think we probably would still vote not to rejoin at the moment. It depends how bad it gets, I suppose, but yeah. And would Europe want to have us back? I mean, we're an economically worthwhile asset, but is it worth the trouble? Because they're operating relatively functionally now in a way that they couldn't before because we kept vetoing everything.
I know this is an irrational thing, but I don't think British people will give up the pound.
Yeah, no, that absolutely, yeah. And
it's not even a policy. It's not like a huge, all that stuff. It's a symbolic thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the people who are rationally connected to the pound in a kind of, I don't even know, like a kind of, they think it's like an intrinsic thing, aren't economists. They couldn't tell you why staying with the pound is better than going with the euro or the dollar or anything else. It's the pound, it's ours, fuck you. Which is basically the core of the entire Brexit argument was, this is us, this is not them.
It's identity politics.
Absolutely, yeah. And a lot of kind of white grievance bullshit too.
Gammon grievance politics.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, pink identity politics.
Yes.
Although that not in the gay sense of that, Anyway.
Right. This clip was out, just 6 hours ago. This is the Washington Post reporting, and I'll just play the clip really quick about what they've learned about what was happening with the National Guard before the Capitol riots.
Then if they were talking about bringing riot gear, gas masks, these are the rioters. Why is it that we learned that the Pentagon restricted the D.C. National Guard from being armed with similar equipment like riot gear to defend themselves? Square that for us.
It's hard to make sense of it, especially because of the FBI and Capitol Police's early warning about what was going to happen. Remember, again, connecting the dots, January 3rd, the Capitol Police Intel Unit circulates a memo warning that the Capitol is the target and that this war language is being used and that it's likely to be violent. And some of that memo is just chilling to read because it completely nailed what actually happened. It completely predicted it. January 5th, the FBI's Norfolk office is noticing these caravans moving from the south to the north, from rebel and cowboy checkpoints, as they called them, the MAGA cavalry coming to Washington, and actually using these words, Stephanie, we're going to get our president or we're going to die. So it doesn't make sense. But the National Guard was also in sort of a political quandary, which doesn't really countenance this, but that quandary was they'd been criticized heavily for their militarization of downtown DC, especially during the George Floyd protests. But apparently when you are white supremacist militia coming and storming Washington, the Pentagon and the National Guard were not as worried.
Well, I blame Miller and Trump, who purposefully engineered it so that it would be easier for their people to do their thing.
And that's going to come up, I'm sure, in the Senate trial.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff is going to be presented as a pattern of planning and organization in order to make what happened during the insurrection possible.
Yeah. Like, I hated to use the phrase, but because I didn't want to sound like Alex Jones, but the more and more you saw of the evidence that came out in the days afterwards, the more it looked like an inside job. The more it looked like someone in positions of authority was strictly keeping the DC National Guard away, which is why they had to send them from Virginia and fucking Maryland in the end. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yep. I'm looking forward to the impeachment trial because I'm sure they have all of those records of the public phone records of calls around the White House and stuff. Also now, just content warning about abuse, domestic abuse, because this came out today too, and I just wanted to cover it. It's sadly the last thing in my feed. But yes, apparently today or recently, Evan Rachel Wood spoke out about abuse of an unnamed ex, but today she and 4 other women are making allegations of abuse against Marilyn Manson. Oh, wow. So, yep, that's another thing. And I do see, as was mentioned in our chat earlier, unfortunately,
Oh, he's only 44, okay.
So young, stage 4 lung cancer.
Oh, that's fucked, man. God damn. Well, R.I.P. Screech.
Yeah. So, okay, well, that's more sad stuff.
Fuck's sake, Kristi. Thanks for happy ending there.
Well, emotional roller coaster, as we know. We tell people to be prepared, but sometimes life is shitty. Sometimes life's not so shitty.
Indeed.
What do you have for bookmarks?
Everything.
Like, all day long?
I've got a lot, yeah. But
I'm gonna need to take a break now, though.
Okay, well, you go for it.
All right, I will. So if you want to shout out your various links and stuff, I'll be right back.
Okay, cool beans. Cool beans! Hello there, everyone. How are we all? The thing is, when I show Kristi's screen, I can't see what the fuck is going on. So, yeah. Yeah, if you want to help me out here, right? Click subscribe on the YouTube. It's the red button there. You can click the bell. Click the like button. Do the interactions. YouTube likes the interactions. The algorithm runs everything. Humans aren't human anymore. You can go over to twitch.tv/KFLogan1875. give me a follow there. Again, it doesn't cost you anything. You can subscribe. That will cost you money, unless you have an Amazon Prime. You can subscribe to me for fuck all and give me money that Jeff Bezos will otherwise just wallow in his account. So you can give me a Bezos box. You can also go streamlabs.com/KFLogan1875. It's linked below in the YouTube. You can get a comment in there and a gritty on the screen. It's a thing you can do. My social medias as well. YouTube, the Clips channel. Go and subscribe to the Clips channel as well if you can. Twitter, Facebook, the Happy Hour Facebook group as well is there. All of that shit. All of that good stuff. You can go and do if you want to. You haven't got to, but you can, so you should. Anyway, we're going to get on to bookmarks in a second.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, bookmarks.
Bookmarks. Yes. So outside of this fuck's sake, there was this is an immigrant detention centre in Britain. Which part of it was set on fire because of the incredible, horrible conditions. The people who live there, forced to live there, the inmates, set it on fire. And there was a protest outside, and they arrested a photographer. Where's the free speech people? Where you at?
Yeah.
Where's
Come on,
the
floaters?
Yeah.
Tim Pool. And where are you?
No, because that's because immigrant bad apparently. So yeah. Oh yeah, an all-time, but Depeche Mode, not a band I particularly give two fucks about, but musically, but also,
yeah.
So neo-Nazi leader Richard Spencer calls Depeche Mode the official band of the alt-right. Depeche Mode call Richard Spencer a cunt after white supremacists branded them the official brand of the alt-right, and then Depeche Mode in their full Karl Marx outfits from the Revolution video. So yeah, that's a thing.
I enjoyed their music.
Yeah.
It was yes, it was part of my growing up memories.
Yeah. A message to the mob from Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's a fucking lunatic.
Please do.
A message to the mob from Congresswoman MTG. Here's my message to the radical left-wing Democrat mob and the fake news media trying to take me out.
Oh, Hugo, peddler of nonsense, is going to be so sad she didn't call them neo-socialists.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's a matter of time, people. It's a matter of time. Since launching your smear campaign attacks on me, nearly 60,000 America First patriots from all 50 states have reached out with messages of support and have poured over $1.6 million in small donations into my campaign account. Well, you are a very fine grifter. Well done. Every attack, every lie, every smear strengthens my base of support at home and across the country because people know the truth and are fed up with the lies. While big PACs, like the one that Donald Trump runs, and powerful corporations, I added the Donald Trump bit, and powerful corporations refuse to donate to Republicans and cave to the vicious cancel culture mob, the people have my back. The same 75 million people who voted for President Trump. I thought it was like 90 million or something, wasn't it?
Right, well, it's actually like 74 point something, but they keep rounding it up because they can't count.
Yeah, but these motherfuckers think it was like 90 plus million because he won in a landslide. Like, it's nonsense. Voters who will be vital to Republicans taking back the House in 2022. Contributions of Jesus Christ. Just put 50 cents. Why have you put $0.50, you fucking idiot?
Yeah.
Or a $100 or a $100 are significant. You're an idiot. Our significant statements.
Contributions of 50 cents or $100. It's probably like text to speech to text.
Okay. Are significant statements of support, but the heartfelt prayers and encouraging messages telling me to keep standing strong against the mob are what's most significant to me. For me, it's people over politicians. It's people over big money PACs like the one that Donald Trump runs. I added that bit. It's people over powerful elite corporations like the Trump Corporation and Silicon Valley cartel who are trying to cancel all of us. I will never back.
Got more. Okay.
Oh, this is the last bit. I will never back down. I will never give up, because I am one of you, and I will always represent you. I take all of these slings and arrows gladly for you. I take them for our America First movement. America First is a thing, so that we can save our country and stop socialisms. I know this day would come. It was only a question of when. What day? What are you talking about? If Republicans
apocalyptic, great.
Yeah. If Republicans cower to the mob and let the Democrats and the fake news media take me out, also save me, Republicans. They're opening the door to come after every single Republican until there's none left. But what's worse is Republicans would be opening the door to let the vicious cancel culture mob take out every one of you. President Trump taught us to defend America First values. Oh, God.
Is that, fascism?
The Canadian government are about to sue the American government because the so-called America First President Donald Trump, when signing the Keystone XL pipeline deal, allowed Canada, basically meant you couldn't pull out of the deal without Canada being able to sue you to fuck. So,
okay. So because Biden canceled it, he's going to bring his
Canada First policy from Trump there.
Also, I was just like, okay, I don't know how this really works. What are they going to do? Like sue an international court?
Well, I believe it's legally binding in American courts as well.
Okay.
So they'll just have to pay like a significant chunk of public money to I think it's the regional government of Alberta.
Alberta?
Yeah,
basically compensate them. That's the environment's worth that. That's fine.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
You can
but
take
it just
that money
means
and reinvest it in some sort of like public service jobs in Alberta.
Doesn't seem like America First to me. Seems very much like Canada First. But whatever. That's why Democrats have the smallest majority in the House since World War II. Okay, babe.
But it's a majority in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we have the smallest minority since World War II.
We're the biggest people. We're the largest group without power.
We're the best. We're the best losers since World War II. I will lead the charge to be a voice for the silent majority. Fuck's sake, could you silent people be a bit more silent, please?
Yeah, you're shouting all the time.
I will always have your back because I know you have mine. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. More MAGA reinforcements are on the way. That's a fine way of putting it. Let's win big for Republicans in 2020.
Do you have the meme up on the screen?
Do I? Did I not change it back? Oh, I didn't change it back. Bollocks.
Sorry, I had moved my tablet when I moved around, and people are like, I can't believe even Kristi hasn't noticed.
Well, there we go.
Sorry, guys, I've got the screen. So
there we go.
There we go. It needs to be resized a bit.
It doesn't really matter because, I mean, I assure you these are the words she wrote. I haven't put any words in her mouth here. Apart from the Trump bits, but I acknowledge those bits. Save America, stop socialism, defeat the Democrats, let's make America great again. Shut up. Anyway, dude from Marjorie Taylor Greene's district.
Oh, all right.
My name is Corey Ryan Forster. I'm from Marjorie Greene Taylor's district here in Walker County, Georgia. And I think it's important that people hear what I have to say. I'm going to try not to scream. I'm going to try not to yell. I'm going to try not to say things like, Marjorie Greene Taylor's the biggest fucking piece of shit I've ever seen. And it's not really hard. Because again, I don't want this to fall on deaf ears. But we're not all like that. And I don't want to sound like a not all white people thing, because we definitely need to take accountability. We definitely have earned a lot of it. But I'm so fucking sick and tired of having to constantly defend my accent. And I'm not asking everyone out there to stop thinking of my people of a certain way. I'm talking to my people right now. Vote this fucking bitch out! God! Aren't you ashamed? How are you not ashamed? It's one thing to like guns. It's a completely other thing to be fine with someone who harasses school shooting victims and talks about how it's fake. This is so asinine. QAnon has become synonymous with Walker County, Georgia, and I'm fucking tired of it. I've grown up here my whole life, and I was led to believe that they're decent people, and I still believe that. But until I start seeing a majority scream at this lady and talk about how she doesn't represent us, I don't believe it. And I'm so tired of it, man. I know I'm not the only one. I'm so fucking sick of people in the comment section saying, oh, you're a good one. You're one of the good ones, Corey. Do you know how fucking embarrassing that is?
Yeah.
I'm talking to those of you who feel the same way as me but aren't saying anything because...
That's a point I've made actually before. With the thing on the 6th. America, that's what the world sees of you now.
Mm-hmm.
That's humiliating.
I was just thinking that this guy might be distantly related to you. I'm getting a very Kev vibe. Like, I feel like, You two would have a lot in common.
Oh yeah, angry white men with beards. That's a unique internet trope, definitely. We might. I mean, all white people do look the same, so
True.
It's possible.
Because you don't want to upset your mom and dad, you don't want to upset your papa, you don't want to upset your friends, maybe you don't want to get fired from your job. Now it's time to use that fucking white privilege, baby. We've got it in spades. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Fuck her, fuck QAnon, fuck the radical right, fuck all them. Well, I'm in a goddamn blue state now, and it's time we started fucking acting like it. Fuck her. It ain't all of us, god damn it.
I feel his pain. Because, trust me, Brexit...
No, I get it.
Brexit Britain
that's
is
what I said.
full of...
You guys are like cousins.
...trashy people.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not all like that. We're not all Boris Johnson. Look, Boris Johnson got 34% of the British people to vote for him. That's not a lot, okay? Most people didn't vote for that shitbag. In fact, most people voted for a left/centre-left group of people, i.e. either the SNP or Labour or whoever, Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I can relate to that, and I'm glad he kind of said, I'm not doing it like not all white people, because as he said, there's accountability, and we have our white privilege. We need to be using that. But I also get, when we mock Georgia, or we mock southern states because of the complete ridiculousness of some people. Yeah, I get other people are going to be like, fucking why us? Yeah. Why us? I know for a long time I was deluded enough to think, Wisconsin, we had McCarthy, but normal people in Wisconsin aren't like that. Fucking yes, they are. And that's really painful to kind of have basically, it's like the shame. It's the shame of that sort of white supremacy and idiocy. And it's not saying don't say it about people because it's true. It's just saying acknowledging it it's not what people of color went through at all, but it is uncomfortable to acknowledge that in the group that you are no choice but belonging to.
Yeah. Anyway, these idiots from the things in a selfie video, this one here, they're under indictment or whatever. Indictment, is that the right word? Whatever. Anyway, they're being convicted, or going to be convicted. In the video, they said, "We broke into the Capitol, we got inside, we did our part. We were looking for Nancy to shoot her in the frigging brain, but we didn't find her." Enjoy prison, you stupid fucks.
Yeah, thanks for making a full confession.
Yeah.
Without, even worrying about your Fifth Amendment rights to not self-incriminate.
Yeah, you might as well literally just write a fucking affidavit saying, "I did the crime, put me in jail, please." What the fuck? It's the easiest prosecution case I've ever seen.
Yes, we'll just quote the defendant.
Yeah, again, to use the murder analogy, you're not just turning up to court in the bloody shirt with the weapon, you're licking the blood from the knife. It's just, you're making it too easy.
Reasonable doubt doesn't exist in your case.
Yeah.
By the end, okay?
Yeah. What's this? Marjorie Taylor... Oh, you're Marjorie Taylor Greene whinging. I can't be bothered. Doesn't matter, but she's maskless. Who gives a fuck? Oh, yeah. I can't believe I didn't see this pun. Do you know the Jewish space laser thing that MTG was going on about?
Yeah.
It should have been nicknamed the Death Star of David. Come on.
Yeah, are you mad at yourself for kicking yourself?
It's right there, Kev. Come on. You're better than this. Anyway, it's perfect. Death Star of David. It's so good. It's so good.
The sloth. We didn't.
Oh, no, we didn't do the sloth,
my videos,
did we? No.
Yeah, it was having problems.
Sorry, yeah, anyway. So they're talking about the sloth. And again, it says here, whichever way you think this video ends, it doesn't.
It shouldn't surprise us that they move slowly. And in today's lessons, we see something that should not surprise us as well, and that is Christians are persecuted. Sloths move slow, well, Christians are persecuted. That kind of happens because of who we are.
So these guys move very slow.
What the fuck is he talking about?
No idea. No idea. Dude, you are white in a white supremacist, power structure country. You're on television. Nobody gives a shit you're Christian. You're not persecuted. You're not being persecuted.
True. Oh yeah, this is I'll reread. I won't bother reading it, but I'll retweet this for everyone. There's an expert in deprogramming people from QAnon and stuff. Definitely
Yeah.
worth a read of that, because that's...
It's weird because QAnon might actually become QAnonymous, the therapy group that people who bought into
Yeah.
the conspiracy have to go to deprogram from QAnon.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt that there's a lot of psychological damage being done to the American populace
Mhm.
because of this,
Mhm.
and it's going to need to be a thing. Oh yeah, we've reached peak bootlickery. Ohio
Oh, yeah.
Republicans propose state holiday honoring ex-President Donald Trump. I mean, that jaw's detachable, it would appear.
Yes, it's optional.
You've swallowed his entire pelvis. The fuck? How is that possible?
You're a rattlesnake.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. You're just going to find inside the Ohio GOP, it's just going to be a Donald Trump-shaped bulge halfway through. If you've had a shitty week, just remember that you didn't go on BBC News with a dildo on a bookshelf. Oh no!
Now that's queen shit.
Yeah, mate. She's like, no, I'm not ashamed of that.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, it's all
Like-
good.
Like basically, if you can't measure up, don't even call me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's my metric. That's not a dildo. That's like what I.
Yeah, that's like
to
a
measure it.
yeah, that's like a height thing at the ride at the fair. If you don't come up to this part, you get the fuck out. Yeah,
It's massive.
it is. That's a big old unit.
I mean, look at it compared to how thick it is compared to some of the books.
Look at the girth on it. Yeah, fucking hell. It's like a rolling pin. Anyway, oh god, not funny this one. So Peter Coffin, absolute piece of shit.
Oh,
Again, I think like Glenn Greenwald, they were bitten by a pile of radioactive donkey smegma
Mesbol?
when they were young, and they've now subsequently become a bad take factory.
Yeah, I'm looking down this, and it's looking like a series of bad takes.
Yeah. No, Ted Cruz did not try to kill AOC. That's fucking insane.
Actually, yes, he didn't. He was a catalyst for he basically sent a mob after her.
Yeah.
The insurrection was going out to kill all the liberals like Nancy Pelosi, AOC, Democrats, and Mike Pence for betraying them.
Yeah.
So stop diminishing the security threats that she's experiencing. How can you be a progressive and side with Ted Cruz on this?
Yeah.
Or on the left at all?
Yeah.
Sorry, this infuriates me.
Yeah. No, it's nonsense. Excited to lose followers over the fact AOC is batshit insane. AOC is batshit insane. AOC, insane, brackets, batshit.
Asshole.
Fuck Peter Coffin.
Asshole.
Yep.
And this is like, for me, we can have policy differences, but I am not going to like gaslight her, and I'm not going to undermine her credibility when she's in the right. Like, did you learn nothing from Gamergate and all that bullshit gaslighting? This is so.
He did.
Like,
No, they did.
Mhm.
They learned a lot from Gamergate. They learned that they
Yeah.
can earn a paycheck from mere mile strong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a thing. Anyway, Coffin is a piece of shit. And thank you to Nick for pointing that out, because I'm blocked by Coffin now, so I don't get their fantastic takes on the reg anymore.
Okay, well, if you're going to be doing like coffin content feeding to Kev, tag me in too, because I've been blocked way before it was cool to be blocked by Peter Coffin. I was blocked by Peter Coffin.
Indeed. Again, having mentioned MGT's nonsense about America First, the White House donated 8,700 ventilators to other nations when they had a shortage of ventilators themselves.
Yes, in the U.S., they sent him off. And Kevin McCarthy is worried about some vaccinations going to Gitmo, which we are actually responsible for.
Yeah, they're prisoners. You have to take care of them. They literally cannot do it themselves. They're in prison. But rightly or wrongly, you have to take care of those people.
Yeah, they are your moral obligation.
Yeah, they are your wards. Literally.
Yes.
Yeah. Again.
Oh, I love this. Yes, I can't believe I missed this. This is awesome.
Are you hungry?
And then the cat. Look.
The leg.
Yeah.
Shark, you hungry?
Look. It's gone.
It is at like milliseconds of just hanging in the air, falling over, not falling over, falling over.
It's trying. Yeah. I can't believe you haven't resigned. And you can text resign to that number. I don't know where that money goes, but there we go. Anyway, Oh, this is quite nice. What item in your house always reminds you of Doctor Who? And Georgia Tennant, who's married to David Tennant, says, I mean.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
David Tennant.
Yeah.
I thought you said George Tennant.
I did not. So
Okay.
that's the meme there. That's Jimmy Dore says no to AOC and then the happy point to the Boogaloo Boy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's This is both a bit sexy and enormously inappropriate. I want a woman to sit on my face and refuse to get up like Rosa Parks did.
That is pretty funny. Yeah.
It's a little bit offensive, but it's also quite funny. So
Yeah. I don't know who made it, so maybe yes.
it's. I mean, also face with two C's. It could be Facci. It could be an Italian thing. I don't know. Oh yeah, this is not. Dominic really went outside and brought a deer back.
Oh.
Just brought a deer friend, and you look. They're both looking like, "Can he stay for dinner?"
Yes, they are. That's exactly the face.
Yeah.
Can he stay for dinner? I'll call his mom.
Yeah. His mum's a deer. Yeah, obviously. And what? Come on, dear. Let's go.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, every damn night. That's Laura Ingraham defending the Oath Keepers, the domestic terrorist group, on Fox News. Yeah. Oh, yeah, did you see the CNN thing? I think it went out yesterday night, if I'm mistaken, the QAnon documentary thing.
No, I didn't see it. I didn't watch it.
Amazing.
Where was it?
Absolutely amazing. Definitely look it up.
Where is it?
I think it'll just be on the CNN website itself, but it'll probably be like there'll be bootlegs of it on YouTube probably now. Anyway, but yeah, it's fantastic. And Anderson Cooper obviously works on the CNN, was a part of that, and there's a bit of really weird but quite touching interview with a former QAnon dude. And obviously Anderson Cooper being like on CNN to QAnon, he's like the devil or whatever, right?
Right.
Or one of the devils. And literally the sentence the guy says to him, I apologise for thinking that you ate babies.
Oh my God.
Like,
How
wow.
do you even react to that?
Yeah, well, Anderson Cooper took it in his stride, fair play to him. But yeah, like that's a weird thing to say for an adult to seriously, legitimately say to another adult. And yeah, that's the world we're now in, you know. But thankfully that guy got out. But fucking hell, it's
a lot of people are stuck in. Yeah, it's a cult.
Yeah,
it's a cult.
It's a cult with a Q. Anyway, yeah, cats taken from the thing looks like they're in the air, but they're not. They're on a thing.
Right.
Yeah,
they're on a ledge. Yeah.
It's cute. Oh, this is quite nice.
Oh yeah, I saw this too. This is good. Oh.
Yeah. Hallå.
Do it.
Ja, see video. Hallå.
Yes. Legend.
Awesome.
Look at how cute that little cat is on the big.
Oh.
Is that
on the big
Snorlax?
cat. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, but look at the little face. Oh.
Yeah. He's a kitty, small.
Indeed. Oh, this is really pathetic. Lynn Wood.
Oh, not Lynn. Lynn is still. He hasn't been remanded for some sort of self-evaluation or something.
Insane dude who's like, along with Sidney Powell, one of the leading, I don't know, Q fucking lunatic lawyers. Anyway, this is just really pathetic. He had quite a week. He released 3 or 4 videos basically saying, listen to me, do I sound insane? And he sounded insane. He had this where he was revealing that he's estranged from his children. They don't talk to him at all. He then doxed his son's email address.
What?
And did a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, try and encourage him to get back in touch with his dad, to his
You're
followers.
Kidding.
No, seriously. The man's fucking unhinged.
Yeah, he needs to be off social media.
Yeah. Anyway, so he says, after 3 decades, so this is Linwood, after 3 decades of loving them and sacrificing to make their lives better, my 4 children do not speak to me. They do not like my politics or share my faith. I did not hear from them on Father's Day, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. I was hurt beyond words. They have joined the mob that attacks me. Lynn, you're ill. You need to get help. Your children don't hate you. They're probably deeply ashamed of you in some respects, but you might be beyond help. I don't know. And it's not
Like, they
their
need to
job
do
to like take care of you necessarily. Like
Yeah.
they've probably tried quite hard, I imagine.
It's like they need to do an intervention.
Yeah.
To get him to counseling.
Yeah. I still
Some
love
kind
them.
of treatment facility.
Yeah, I still love them. I am always ready to forgive them. They are my children. I have not seen my grandson, who is named after me, in a year, when I saw him on his first birthday. He turned 2 a few days ago. I'm not sure if I will ever have the joy of seeing him or holding him again, but his image at 1 is emblazoned in my mind. If I never see him again, I know that as he grows older and after my time on Earth is over...
Sounds like Coach Red Pill.
Yeah, he will want to know who I am, what I stood for, what was important to me, what hills I was willing to die on. I want him to be proud of his grandfather. He will not be.
Yeah.
Then he won't be. Unless you change drastically. Then, like, if you come back from this brink and get better, he probably will be. But, you know, he will know my messages even if he does not know the messenger. Thanks for letting me share these personal feelings with you. I share them to make a point. We are all imperfect messengers, but at the end of the day, our message is what matters. God bless you and enjoy your day, Lynn. That's really sad. That's unbelievably sad.
He did this to himself, and he did this to his family.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's just awful. That's awful. Fucking hell. But like I say, then doxed his son's fucking email address.
Then the sympathy goes away when he does that.
Talking of more family shit, which was brought upon themselves to some extent, this is the quartering, if you remember when the whole thing kicked off in April. It is. Open the country. Fuck grandma. Then a couple of days ago, Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York. Sorry, Andrew, I have my grandma's funeral that day. She died of COVID from all the positive patients you shoved into her nursing home. Now, that's I wouldn't be surprised if that's a lie, just like his gay dad's thing. But either way, like, are you expecting people to feel sorry for you if that is true?
Well, again, Cuomo was the one trying to get stuff, and Trump was the one who was demonizing him for it and not helping, and not. So you should be blaming Trump, not Cuomo.
Yeah.
For what happened in New York State.
Yeah, it's disgusting, but yeah. This motherfucker is being locked up in jail until his trial.
Enjoy.
No bail for you, motherfucker. The Ukraine thing we looked at before. GameStop short sellers are still not surrendering despite nearly $20 billion in losses this month. To put that into perspective, the Department of Health and Human Services, Housing and Urban Development, says it would cost $20 billion to end homelessness in America.
All right, but like, is this real money? No. I mean,
but the point being is that
if
the system worked in a different way, we could use the wealth, even if it's numbers on a screen, it doesn't really matter, for better means.
Yeah, well, tax dollars are actual, revenues, as opposed to hypothetical prices you would get if you cashed out now, if you could find someone to sell to.
Numbers on a screen, yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to say, this many billions were wiped off. But the many millions were created this morning. So what's really changed?
Yeah.
I don't know. Economics and especially finance are such ephemeral social constructs as to be almost mythical or imaginary.
Yeah. So you wanted to talk about the whole thing of Philosophy Tube coming out as trans.
Oh, I didn't want to talk about it. We can talk about it. I'm not opposed to talking about it. I just made a comment to you.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Well, okay,
it was just enough. But we can discuss it because it was a big piece of news.
Yeah. So Abigail Thorne is a trans woman who runs the Philosophy Tube channel and came out as trans this week. And congratulations to her. That's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Her letter sounded like she's very happy and content and feeling good in herself. And that's obviously what we want for people, which is why we want an accepting society for people of all different types of backgrounds and perspectives, except fascists, not them.
Yeah.
Because they destroy everything for everyone else.
Yeah.
I was just saying. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, go on.
Oh, okay. So I was kind of half joking with Kevin because it was a serious moment, but I realized that it is like a blip or whatever. It's a moment, but it was just when Abigail, when I found out about Abigail, I was not ambivalent. I had conflicting emotions because and the predominant one was happiness for her and being impressed that she was trending in the top 10 in the US and the UK, which is fucking huge, right? But then also part of me went, I thought Ollie was really hot. Now, Abigail is beautiful. This is it. With that bone structure, you're going to be hot no matter like, you're going to look fantastic. But I was like, am I a bad person for being like, oh, I kind of like am a little bit sad for me. And it's not at all important and I'll get over it in like 5 minutes. But yeah, like with this one, I was like, oh, okay. Cause I had, sort of like, Ollie, and it was like, okay, not going to see Ollie again. Ollie's gone because Abigail's here and Abigail's wonderful. But I was just wondering, am I a terrible person for having that emotion?
No, you're not a terrible person for that. You're a terrible person for being a heterosexual.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Well, good.
You're wrong.
Thanks for clearing that up.
You're wrong in the head. Anyway. But on the note, as always, there's going to be some good reactions and some bad reactions, mostly very positive, and I'm very proud of the community for being generally positive. Some not so great contributions,
Please
though.
don't. Oh, fucking Pigfister.
Pigfister. Someone said, I knew this was coming, talking about the coming out that this person was trans, had shaved their beard and had started talking in a high voice for a while. Someone else first made me think, but I can't remember who it was. And Xander Hall said, it was me. So just trans investigating, guessing, speculating on people's genders is creepy. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Voidful in the chat, Thick Cruise is still there for you, Kristi. If you wanted to like push me to being bi, that picture of Ted Cruz is the most.
He is there.
I can't like how. No, yeah.
Kristi.
Thanks.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be bad for goodness sake.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, Pigfister, piece of shit.
Yeah, indeed. I've already got my cock out, but this is applying. The South Carolina GOP censures Tom Rice.
Yep, that was the guy I think we discussed.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah. Well, there you go. Mm-hmm. We talked about the Lincoln Project legal response to Rudy Giuliani making shit up, which is fun. Movie Bob got blocked by Peter Coffin. I wonder if Kristi with an E got blocked.
Yeah,
Kristi with an A Winters. Yeah,
they are blocking left and right. I wonder why.
Indeed. Peter Coffin again. Hang on. This is anyway. Because we know that Peter broke up with his long-term wife in the not too distant past, and they're open about it. This other person here appears on camera with Peter now. They're dating or whatever they are now. Anyway, just whinging about, Peter's the nicest person ever. Stop being mean to them. Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
But the thing is, if you're ever harassed by Ted Cruz, they will say that you're batshit insane for complaining about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, but the a Peter thing coming up later about the trans thing. Anyway. I joined the Boogaloo Boys after seeing Dore's interview with them. Yeah, but Jimmy Dore's done more for fascism than he ever did for the left. Okay.
Yeah, that meme you had about Jimmy Dore being with the Trojan horse of his interviews.
Yeah, he's absolutely the door to fashion pipeline is firmly in effect. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually, I can put that on the screen, can't I? 1 second. If we go pick.
Yeah, I actually sort of specified that meme because I thought you might want to bring it up and share it with the peoples.
Where is it?
I did see earlier in the chat that you lot were having your own conversation. Someone said, I'm paying more attention to the chat than I am to Kristi and Kev. Like, okay. And someone else said this is the best chat on YouTube. So, yeah, whether you come for the chat or you come for Kevin, as long as you come.
Exactly. That's the main thing. Anyway, that meme, that one, is absolutely correct. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, but there we go. This is just cute.
What is this?
This is an amazing origami artist.
Oh my gosh.
Hang on. From Japan.
Whoa. Wow. amazing. Sweet. Art is the right word.
Yeah, this
absolutely
is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just incredible,
Wow.
isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Oh God. Angie speaks. The squad isn't here to push the Overton under to the left. They're there to move you to the right.
What? What?
Angie speaks is always wrong.
Yeah. Just what?
They've literally caught coffinitis. I think is the new phrase for it.
Yeah. Yes. Coffinitis is a perfect description of this nonsensical ideology.
Big spoon, little spoon.
Their hot takes. Do you like to be the big spoon or the little spoon?
Big spoon.
Yeah.
What person could play big spoon to me? I'm massive.
Maybe you haven't met the right person yet.
You'd have to be a Goliath. You'd have to be 7 feet fucking tall for it to make any sense. Anyway.
Well, you don't. I mean, the bigger
Kristi,
person doesn't always have to be the big spoon.
If you played the big spoon to me, it'd be like I was wearing a Kristi backpack. It'd be ridiculous.
Horsey ride.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, giddy up. Absolutely. Oh, this is amazing. Lockdown has led to some various crimes. This person had their 9-year-old give them a haircut, and my.
Yeah, you must. I'm sure you're very happy that you have to remain indoors for several more weeks, and then it'll be summer soon.
Yeah, that is.
By the time you go outside.
That is
again.
fucking brutal.
Well, okay. I want to say that they mostly got a straight line. I mean, there are little bits that need to be.
Yeah, that's. I mean.
So, I mean, the distance on the ears is actually pretty good. You know, like it's even. It's wrong.
Okay.
But I'm trying to do the shit sandwich. It's the teacher in me. Find something good.
Someone did that to it.
Mr. Potato Head.
Oh.
You could also take the images from Mr. Potato Head.
You could, absolutely you could, yeah. Oh, James Lindsay spreading Nazi propaganda because he thinks it's on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he blocked me ages ago, so I saw I think I saw this exact one from Vadim as well.
These are obviously Nazi shit, right? Because what leftist would use the phrase goyim?
Yeah, goyim not to scale.
Yeah, these are Nazi memes that you're sharing, you daft bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Fuck's sake. Anyway. What's this? Oh yeah, the Lincoln Project should change their name to the Paedophile Project to better invest their values. Blah blah blah. And Trump will be represented by David Schoen and Bruce Castor. Schoen is best known for meeting Jeffrey Epstein in prison to represent him before Epstein died. Bruce Castor is best known as the PADA who refused to prosecute Bill Cosby.
Yeah, Junior, sit down.
Yeah.
Just sit down.
Yeah. This is quite nice. Spoon is cheaper than changing the whole fence.
Genius.
That is.
Genius. It reminds me there's a Buddhist saying that it's easy in terms of like, look, you can control your own reactions, you can't control the world. And it just says, it's easier to put a pair of leather shoes, on your feet than it is to put leather all over the whole world and walk barefoot.
True.
And just about and this is kind of in that same simplicity mode.
Okay, but meet me halfway. Leather roads.
Pleather roads. No animals should be killed in the making of roads.
Okay. What? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll meet you that halfway.
Yeah. So, but people who want to walk barefoot but have the leathery feeling.
Yes, on the pavement or the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Oh yeah, Rome during the winter. This is amazing footage. Is there music with it? There is. So there's the Colosseum with all snow on it and shit.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, pretty. Yeah, Wisconsin looks like those trees a lot.
Is there a Colosseum there?
Yeah. No.
There's barely culture there. Jesus. No,
sport.
I'm only joking.
There's not much in the way of culture.
Lambeau Field is a beautiful thing in its own way.
Got a lot of trees, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right-wing humour really hasn't developed since 2015. Look at it, sheeple and a fucking Pepe. Oh, eat my ass. Fuck's sake.
Because we are pro ass eating on the show.
We are. Oh yeah, MGT tweeted this out. She definitely didn't do this herself, honest. Spotted in DC, in the snow. I think that's one word. Stand with. MTJ.
Yeah, because, lots of people make their Ds like that, with that little curvy thing. Yeah, it's rather feminine. It's writing style.
No, she did that herself, let's be honest.
Yeah, you can see where the footprints go to where she's taking the picture from. There's no other footprints around, except the ones that she's walking down to where she turns around and takes the picture.
Oh, that's always funny just to see his mugshot. It's good.
Always. Yeah. Evergreen.
Yeah,
Evergreen.
He's a fraud. Oh, yeah, we already had Sammy Davis.
Oh, yeah, he's raised it to 75.
75 grand, nice.
Yeah.
Cats, come on now.
Liquid.
Come on now, we need to talk. This is ridiculous.
What? How? Do they have a spine? Or are they just have,
I'm not sure there are bones there. It's just...
No.
It's like a kind of... Yeah, it's a non-Newtonian fluid. I don't know what's going on there. That's very strange. Anyway, so, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is quite nice. The Abigail Thorne thing. Someone tried to be transphobic and fucked it up.
Yeah.
So they in response to that, there's no such thing as a trans woman. You're just a woman and will never be a real man. By the looks of it, you're not going to fool anyone either.
Thanks for the cell phone. Thank you. We're all laughing.
You fucking moron. You absolute moron. Have we not got the... Hang on. I definitely want to look at that Peter Coffin thing. Hang on 1 second.
Where are you going? What are you doing?
I'm sure I fucking bookmarked it, but anyway, Peter Coffin, trans, whatever. Anyway, yeah, no, they tried to make it all about them.
No! Why? I don't understand.
Where? Come on, where's the?
I was sort of ironically, not even making it about myself, but kind of like, yeah, being a little bit honest here, but I didn't post a tweet about it. Like, I didn't start a conversation to be offensive.
Oh, where is it? Come on.
December 5th. We're already back. Go to latest. You're at top. All about me.
Yeah, I saw someone under the banner of making it all about me or something, and it's... Oh, for fuck's sake.
Go to latest, yeah.
I'm going to be under photos, won't it?
Oh, I don't know. Was there an image?
Yeah, it was a cropped image or whatever. No, oh, for fuck's sake. That's so annoying. Peter Coffin, Abigail Thorne. No, what the where the fuck is it? People in the chat will know where it is, Kristi, so if you can see them in the chat.
I'll keep an eye out for any links.
People will know this. This was fucking mental. What's this? Fuck waffle. No, I don't know. Hang on. I'm gonna find this motherfucker now. It's really annoying me.
Kev gets he's like a dog with a bone, especially if you put something in his way. He's like, no, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not taking no for an answer when it comes to a tweet. It's ridiculous. Come on now, you fucking anus.
Oh, no one's posting.
Here we go.
Yet.
Fuck's sake.
Ah, okay.
Right. So, when Abigail Thorne came out, Peter decided that it was in their interest to make it all about themselves. When I came out as non-binary, a magazine wrote an article about how I'm a man taking feminism from women. Just saying.
What the...
It's not about you, Peter. Just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Also, did you give a shit that some article was written by some random thing being, transphobic or non-binary phobic? Or did you just shrug it off because haters gonna hate?
Yeah.
No, apparently you still remember it quite clearly.
Yeah. It's a slightly miffed cat.
I love the little donut toy that they've got there.
And stay away from me, human. I'm doing stuff. In cat business.
Attitude.
Yeah. Unit.
Cat loaf.
unit in a box. Too high up, you're not going to get him there.
Yep, they do like to be up high, don't they? Yep, exactly. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Legend.
Cat ledge.
Yep. The Trump PAC raised $31.5 million in the weeks after the election day through fundraising appeals purporting to fight election fraud and help Republicans maintain Senate majority. As of January the 1st, the PAC had spent no money on either endeavor.
It's a con. It's a scam.
I'm very surprised by that. They're usually far more ethical at the Trump PAC. They're so ethical.
Yeah, they follow through with what they're going to say. They say they're going to put out a plan in 2 weeks.
Are they? Yeah, exactly, yeah. There's a plan in 2 weeks for that. It's fine. Yeah. Toxo.
Beans.
Toxo. Toe beans. Legend.
Yep.
This day in White House scandals. January the 28th, 2017, Trump bars refugees and citizens of 7 Muslim countries. Do you know what today's one? January the 28th, 2021's scandal
White House
was?
scandal? What?
Kamala Harris referred to minelands as landmines. She made a mistake. Yeah.
Yes. That's a headline in the Daily Caller.
Yeah.
That was worth noting.
Yeah, so that's...
How about Yosemite? Did you cover that?
Yosemite. Yes. Oh, Jimmy Dore again. Yeah. It is Bizarro Dave Rubin. About the Jimmy Dore show. The Jimmy Dore show is a comedy lifeline for people on the left and the right, but definitely not the centre. Oh, shut the fuck up, you prick. Jesus
Yeah, the white left and the white right.
Yeah. Well, is there any sound on this one?
So cute. Hello, kitten.
Look at that.
Oh, gnawing on the claws.
Yeah.
So cute.
Legend.
Oh, little tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, purrs.
Cat in a box.
Yeah, if you're having a lot of things delivered, your cats especially, must be loving life right now.
Indeed. Here's a cat with its cat bed. Jumps from.
Oh, we watched this before.
Oh, did we?
Oh, yeah. It grabs it. Yeah, we did watch it, but it's worth watching again.
Yeah, legend. I mean, that is legend shit. Oh, this is cute.
Sound up. Actually, that's a screeching. That's not cute. That hurts my ears. That's Dancy levels of hurt.
How dare you? Have we got a Rory Cats in here?
Do we? Is it time for kitty cam?
I don't know. Oh no, he's out and about. Probably hunting and gathering, I imagine. No, he's not in here. Okay. Well, is this the first unmolested stream I've ever done with Rory Cats? I don't know.
Well, in a while, yeah.
Cat boardroom meeting.
Yeah, people in the chat, you can't send us links to Peter Coffin because they've blocked both of us.
Yeah, doesn't work.
We need screenshots and then to be tagged in.
Yeah, so that's cat boardroom. Good.
Love it.
Yeah, important high-level ideas going on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Important meeting.
Anyway, and I'm done.
Oh, that's lovely. It's a nice way to end. Much better than mine.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did yours second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you got coming up on your show tomorrow?
I have no fucking idea. Where's the other meme gone?
Oh, yeah. You really did a number on Dim Fool.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that last night. Ah, fuck it, we'll keep that one on screen. Who cares? Anyway, yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, I did. I wasn't planning on. Doing a stream, but then I saw that Tim Pool video and I was like, oh fuck it. It's Saturday evening. I got nothing else going on.
Yeah, I joined in about half hour in and you were at minute 3.
Yeah, it took a while. It took 3 hours to get through there. To get through a 30-minute fucking Tim Pool video. Although we did stop to do a Stephen Crowder bit in the middle.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that made it longer.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Have I heard Vosh's opinions on letting cats outdoors? I have not. But it's different in America anyway, because they've got like natural predators, whereas in Britain we've got pigeons.
They're more of a threat to the bird species than they'll find threats.
Yeah.
You know, in the streets. Yeah.
Indeed. So no, I haven't heard it, and I don't really care. Like
they might run into the odd fox, but no bobcats or wolves or bears.
Indeed, yes. Also, I mean, is he a vet? Last time I checked, he wasn't a vet, so I don't care. Yeah. Anyway, so what have I got coming up on the show tomorrow? Stuff.
Cool. And who are you going to kick people over to on Twitch?
Oh, hang on. Someone sent me a thing on there. Hang on. Peter Coffin. What's it? In my opinion, Contra's going to me to her at some point. That is going to be utter madness. Okay. I don't know what that's about. Is that a thing? Oh, God.
This tweet is the link from the stream. Thank you, Trans Texan.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that wasn't the thing I was referring to. I showed you the thing I was referring to, but if that's also a thing, oof, there's a lot of grimness going on there. Anyway, but I don't know anything about that, so anyway. So yeah, in terms of what have I got going on tomorrow, I don't know. We'll probably just watch some shit or something. I don't know. Yeah,
sounds good.
There'll probably be some news. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there'll probably be a bit of news. And I'll watch a chud doing chuddy shit and shout at them. That's the MO.
Love it.
That's the Logan MO. So
yep.
Why change a losing formula? You know.
No, you're doing well. Congrats on passing 16.
Nearly at 17.
Look at you go.
Yeah, the MAGA cringe compilations have done well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Well, and they keep bringing stuff up. Have you done an MTG noxious compilation?
No, but I do. Halfway through. Whatever. There's no such thing as halfway through as such because it's not a set time, Kev. Jesus. Anyway, I'm part way through, most of the way through the next cringe compilation, which will be out possibly Thursday or Friday, hopefully, if I can be bothered. I mean, in theory, I could work on it really hard and have it out tomorrow, but I'm not going to do that. You fucking kidding?
Yeah, why?
I'll
put you're not on a schedule.
An hour here or there if I can be bothered. You know.
I mean, you're already doing about 15 hours a week standard.
True, but most of that is screaming at fascists, which is not difficult for me.
Right, but it's time that you can't be making videos.
True. I mean, I suppose I could be really lazy and do a stream of me editing a video. Which I think would be a bit, even for me, would be too much of a piss take, to be honest. Like, I'd enjoy it, but I'd feel bad afterwards.
Well, you could
like having a wank.
Ask the chat, but they might not want to know how the magic happens. They might not want to see.
Well, no, it's not so much how the magic happens. It's like, don't meet your heroes, because you'll have an idea in your head of how the videos are produced, and it will be shitter than that, I assure you. So you don't want to see behind the veil. It's disfigured.
You just want to see the final product.
Exactly, yeah. Could we do a happy hour stream? Who?
That's what we're doing, right?
Yeah, we've just done one. What are you talking about? Look, I know I leave you wanting more, but I mean that's a piss take. Unless are you asking, can you do a happy hour? Well, not really, because a happy hour is me and Kristi, really. Although we have had guests on, but it's pretty rare.
Well, because we were doing Zoom, and for a long time you couldn't have more than 2 people on Zoom, or 3 without paying or whatever. And so, yeah.
Let us see your sausage, Kev. That's the thing. With a little bit of growth, there's a lot more thirst. There's a lot more thirst watchers now, which is...
What you just need to get a dildo to put in your background.
This is also, you've got to bear in mind, Kristi, this is my office/spare room. So when I have family members like coming from different parts of Ireland or whatever, they'll often stay in this room. So yeah.
You could put it, in one of the drawers, and then if they look at you funny, ask why they've been investigating your drawers.
Well, okay, but drawers also means underwear in Britain, so that would be even weirder.
Considering it was a dildo, it kind of. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, but also then I'll just be called Dildo Kev. Which, I mean, look.
Your family would, wouldn't they?
Yeah, of course they fucking would. You're right, Mamba. How are you, lad? Of course they would. Anyway.
Yeah, so donate money so Kevin can get whatever.
No, I'm not
dildo,
buying a dildo.
And then you can put it in your own bedroom when they come and visit.
No.
And then you'll definitely know.
At least the theory would be if I stuck it up on the wall, I could go, look, it looks weird, but it's part of a set for the internet thing. It's not like I've never used it. It's fine. That you could just about get away with, I reckon. But if I store it in my own fucking room and like forget about it, and then like maybe you've got an amorous lover and they come over and you've got a dildo. Now, you would expect a woman to have a dildo, and I know we're a very modern age, but let's not pretend it's like perfectly normal for a man to have a dildo. It's probably less likely than not. It could lead to a difficult conversation.
You could tell them it's a candle.
They've got a vagina, Kristi. They know that's not true. What?
Just say that you got the guy version of "Smells Like My Vagina" candle from Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, I got the Brad Pitt cock candle.
Yeah, but you've never lit it because you're not sure if it'll explode.
She must have some bum ass pussy, I swear, because it exploded. You see? Come on now, come on. Anyway, yeah, I'm not buying a fucking dildo. That's final. Did not expect to have to make that announcement tonight, but I was going to leave that for the autobiography.
Oh, that's for all the times you put me in awkward situations. So
Indeed, you put me. You did. Well, it's not awkward. It's just weird. You're just fucking intentionally weird.
Yeah, you do this to me all the time.
Yeah, but I'm intentionally terrible as a human being. That's a different thing, Kristi. I think that's more allowed under the Geneva Convention.
It's like it's like negative influences. You're corrupting me.
Well, that's definitely true. Like you used to be like really. I don't know, presentable as a human being in like polite society. Whereas now, I think probably 1 in 4 or 5 links that I can actually send to you, thinking, well, she can share this on her timeline.
Yes, you self-screen. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, like if it's definitely like if it's got a swear word, no. This one I was umming and ahhing about because like it's obviously an allusion to head. Like it's a joke. It's a joke because it's ... egos rather than cocks or whatever, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yes. So, but yeah, that's all right. I feel like this is like my my second life. The more popular get though, the harder that is to maintain. Like when we had like 100 people showing up for a show and maxing out, that was one thing. You're getting popular now.
Well, it's all relative.
I'm just All right, so
on
should
Twitch,
we
on
wrap this up?
Twitch. Ooh, should we wrap this up? Should we wrap this up?
You know, so you know, people think that Kevin made me crude. No, Kevin just brings out the crudeness that I otherwise keep in check. This like these jokes I would have always made, just not on camera on my own channel.
Kristi was always naturally a low-grade skank. I just brought that out in her.
I mean, I did go to Essex. Come on.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Anyone who goes to Essex and doesn't immediately want to escape is questionable.
Well, it took me a couple of years. I had to get my degree, but.
Exactly, but you didn't escape. You stayed. You went, well, okay, this is fine. I can do a degree here. That's
I'll
fine.
just fit in here.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Anyway, so I'll kick you over to... Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Why is Twitch being weird? Stop being weird, Twitch. Apologies, I'm trying to. So
you never show me usually the options, I should say, for rating. So where is that in there? Who can we raid? Let me.
You got Hassan, but he's got 44,000, so no one's needed. I was just going to go with the serfs, but because they go for ages, so there's like plenty of content there.
Right, and chances are if you raid there, people will be there for a while. They won't be winding down.
Yeah, because they go for fucking hours every day. But not as many as Hassan. Hassan does like 10 to 12 hours every day.
Wow,
he's insane.
That's too much.
I feel slightly weird when I go onto Twitch and he's not. I'm worried. I'm thinking, is he dead? What happened? Because I don't think he sleeps. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's at all. No. Anyway. So I'm going to start the raid, and we'll see. Why is it saying 0 viewers when I've got 16 viewers? Why is it being weird?
Didn't know.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to kick you across anyway, whatever. Right,
Kristi, low-grade skank winters. Yes, thank you, City Chud.
You're very welcome, yeah. Thank you all for listening and watching. I've been Kev. This has been Kristi. Goodbye from me, and say goodbye, low-grade skank Kristi.
Goodbye, low-grade skank
Kristi.